Welcome to Care Madam Sanyang, Bottom Sweden. This is another Care Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. Man, I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Care Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Care Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well, so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot, trust me. And this house is just next to Care Madam Seka. Up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community gonna look like? Because Care Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 417-2215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale. Has an owner and not open for viewing. Care Finder is here for you.
Ngatimbo ntemu APS leti. Ndemu APS leti. APS Gambia le mu APS ti. Katun APS is 100% Gambian.
Bari nyati mwete kufuri mbala kentala di. Ke nyati mbondari taba futu wola. At least ya fonte ko APS nkullo balbiji. Imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya nyati mbo. Yo mi fo yenda sija. Ndanga moyo ko APS wallet isa kodo kino. Min tata fa wuli muang ime charge fenna wala nta sindija
ako ngatimbo nkoy ko kabo transito katawula fa wuli muang ite fenne dola womu zero file bitun kabo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal ike tamuna ike charge mun fa abuka fensi 1% da malam lati
wota yara gabe no be nyanta wula kana APS wala tele mobile ko ka kodo ki ibadi ngol
yajale ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari min kum mayata be wala fa mo kas pawat din suto be during suto be dibining abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek ha ni oto jeje nyamen do tachi ama ni ama do abanta ila kas pawa isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
otambade ngameno albesito wulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela lambay lokon APS wallet nyaata doro bari koto nim fata do suko kon to
ni be fono le mol nyaala jam nim fata do suko kon ba fole
basiti jembita ndo register jede kadu sa APS 100% namundi
APS 100%
APS
Gambia 100%.
amaat kontaan ak mbégte di leen dalalaat fii ci Kër Fatou studio si ak suñ beneen programme di Grand Bantaba show bi ci beneen ajuma di ñaanal ñëpp ajuma bu naat ajuma bu ànd ak jàmm di wax ñëpp juma mubarak ajuma bu nekk nag dañuy ñëw fii nii waaye ñi nga xam ne ñooy dooleel programme bi pour ñu mun fee ñëw saa yu nekk war na ñuy leen di jaajëfal di leen fesal di wane suñ kontaante si ñoom ngir jàppale bi nga xam ne la ñuy jàppale saa yu nekk di ko njëkkee Kër Faynda ñoom mi nga xam ne depuis buñ jàppee bàyyi wuñ ca njëlbeen bi la démba la balaa tey kon Kër Faynda am nañ solo lool ci programme bi nga xam ne moom la ñuy def nii parce que gannaaw yàlla ñoom la moo tax ñuy fee ñëw kon di wax ne rek Kër Faynda ci lan la ñuy yëngu mooy yëfi sampa kër yëfi jënda kër yëfi jënda laan lépp li nga xam ne si yëfi laan la yëfi sampa la ñoom seen xel màcc na ci lool di wax ñëpp ne jokkoo leen ak Kër Faynda soo leen amee soxla ci fànn googu noonu li ngeen war a def rek mooy jokkoo la ñoom wax leen ne lii mooy seen xalaat lii mooy seen bébéb lii mooy seen dream ñoom dinañ ci liggéey ak yéen ba nga xam ne li ngeen bugg a am ngeen ko seen xel màcc ci lool seen customer service bi is next to none mosu ñoo am benn jafe-jafe ci ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ñoo jëflante ak Kër Faynda ci seen wàlli liggéey ci li nga xam ne services yooyu noonu la gaay di offer kon ñun dañ leen ne Kër Faynda ñoo óor Kër Faynda ñoo jara jëflanteel Kër Faynda ñoo fi nekk pour askan bi pour lépp li nga xam ne mooy seen wàllu jënd ak jaay pour yi fi samp kër keneen ki ñuy jaay ci fal tey tamit moo nekk APS ñoom itamit seen tur yanja na lool seen tur fes na lool ci Gambia bi ak àdduna wërngal parce que ñoom nekk nañ koo xam ne képp ku nekk ci diaspora bi ak foo mun a nekk am mbébét pour yónnee xaalis ou jëflante ci yëfi xaalis ak fu waay mun a nekk APS mooy ñu wóor APS mooy ñi ngeen war a jëflanteel parce que lépp li ngeen bugga dinañ ci dox ñu yombalal nag seen mbir in the age of technology digital age bi la ñu am ay app boo xam ne soo ko downloadé si bépp mobile bi nga am di nga mun a use app boobu noonu pour def fa bépp transaction ñu ne data waay ñu am wallet boo xam ne xaalis bi jarut sa nga dem jëli ji ko ci benn agent ou ci benn outlet xaalis bi dañ la koy yónneel ci sa wallet bi rek mu nekk foofu noonu ba saa yoo ko bëggee use nga use ko mun ngaa use xaalis boobu si wallet bi pour jënd ay ticket ci lopitaan yi su dee football la nawetaan yi su dee pour fay taxi driver la su dee pour yónnee nit la xaalis bi nekk ci wallet dafa mel ni rek xaalis bu nekk sa poos o xaalis boo téyee sa loxo waaye li ci óor mooy du réer du rot kenn du ko sàcca parce que fi mu ne óor na kon APS ñoo jara jëflanteel ñu am nag promotion link lañ am link bi soo ko jëlee nga yónnee ko nit kooku bu duggee ci link bi mu yónnee xaalis yow mi yónnee link bi APS dinañ la jaajëfal liñ ci li toll ci 1,000 ak juróomi téeméer pour wax la jërëjëf ni nga fesal seen mbir ak ni nga use seen services yi kon di ñaax ñëpp daal ñu dem ñu download APS app bi APS wallet bi ak link boobu ñu jëfee ko parce que am na njëriñ yool di ngeen ci gis yokkute li ñuy def rek saa yu nekk niñ koy defee fii damay jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñoom laa bokkal plateforme bi ñi cee jàpp saa yu nekk ba nga gis ne li ngeen bugg si ñun li ngeen namm ci ñun am ngeen ko tey nag suma xariti xol bi te Thiam dafa mel ni suñ kola si dafa xaw a coordonné sax de hey ñun lii non su ma leen ne xol day gisee rek gum leen ko maa MC bokkuñ kër gisee wuñ waaye dañuy ne fës rek ngeen xam ne xol yi weena la Thiam waa mbaxana bi lan la Thiam koy defanteel
mu ngi woon mbaxana bi de
Tinubu
sama maam
am na li moo lijjante Nigeria te waxu ko
wala suñu maam
kay non mbaxana bi am na jom am na cas te compliment na outfit bi Thiam kontaan naa bég naa ore gaay saa yoo génnee gën Thiam ni ngay defante métti na am na solo kon Thiam ma bàyyi la nga niroo askan bi rek
jërëjëf nee ne ñu ngi laa gërëm bu baax di la sant tam comme noo ko waxee la rek ñun ñaar bokkul kër foog naa tey sax koolante wuñ suba koolante wuñ
ñu ngi soog a gis
lii rek moo laa woon ne ànd bu yàgg la
moo nin kool bi amoon tey
waaw ànd bu yàgg la yal na yàlla saxal bennoo
amiin
yàlla bu si noonu mun dara
amiin
parce que noonu gars yi moom yi ñaari nekk benn rek loolu di bañ a gis
kay
wante yàlla moom nekk rek pour ñëpp di gërëm tam suma oncle Bojang Ba di ko gërëm di ko sant foog naa moom ba léegi coowam bi jeex na léegi
day was suñ oncle
ma ne ko coowam bi jeex na am nga coow yu Gambie fii la Barrow xamee Gambien si
waaye xam nga lan
laa jox 3 days rek nga
coow bi su amul foundation bu dëgër dafa day daf it dead on arrival
waaw Bojang moo gisoon
foundation bi dëgërut moo tax
koob rek gis Bojang mu ne waaw lan may xew si Bojang ma dem déglu vidéo yi ma ne Bojang dañ ko tooñ de
wax fi dara lu
waaw dañ tooñ Bojang moom
messenger bi moo different rek waaye the message is the same
Bojang lu mu wax yëpp ñu gën a wax loolu tey ni ngi ana Barrow di ko advice so ma ne la Bojang moo dañ ko tooñ rek waaw waaye itam am nga nit ki itam loolu la politique noonu la waaw sooy def dara tey waxun rek xamal ne looy def amul njëriñ waaw maanaam ne woon ne su ma defee dara ñu wax rek dam nga xam ne affaire bi mu ngi lu ma ko bëggee maa ngi koo am
mu ngi am effet
waaw mu ngi am effet waaw so loolu mooy politicien sax loolu la soo xoolee yeneen politique àdduna bi dañ dee éviter ñu si benn coow ñu wax seen affaire waaw di moom yow soo ko def rek ñi yaa ngi la gën a xam nga ñoom duñ dee xam ne di mo yaa ngi attaque Bojang yaa ngi koo gën a bil muy dem
bu ko defee fi Nigeria de ñooy call media house bi fay la pour nga def leen news
waaw so gars yi ko def
and pay so that they will be the news you create something
dañ def loolu waaw wala ñoom duñ dee xam ne di mo nga attaque Bojang yaa ngi koo bil waaw waaye itam sant yàlla di ko nuyu bu baax tam di ko gërëm bu baax a baax tam di nuyu tam taali boobu nga xam ne wax dëgg yàlla yaramam bi dafa xaw a feebar yal na ko yàlla may wér ak wérle dee na ko si programme bi taali boobu ko am njëriñ la si programme bi fii wax dëgg yàlla dafa di represent NPP bu baax taxaw leen defend leen seen programmes ak seen parti bi Baye Sonko tam mun tam foog naa mu ngi too gis naa baatam bi dee na yuuxu na ba baat bi dee gis naa mu ngi yuuxu ret si waaw moom tam ñu ngi ko nuyu bu baax tam
affaire bi tam jar na yuuxu noonu
waaw ma comme suñu gisee crowd bi yooyu comme bu Alaaji Bambu comme Alaaji Bambu la rek comme gars yi yu xam nga affaire yi moom waaw so man moom lu ma wax gars yi rek mooy
booloo bi mu ne Barrow la bugga
waaw
booloo bi mu ne Barrow la bugga
mu ne Barrow 75 years
waaw
Alaaji Bambu man kay Bambu yow sa maksala de def la war a jël bañ la mais ni war nekk 75 years ana yow bëgg la nekk foofu
I love to listen to Alaaji Bambu su Barrow nekkee si too bi
waaw so man moom lu ma de wax ren mooy léegi jamono politique la kenn ku nekk war ngaa génn wane sa bopp lan nga mun lan nga am si grand bi tam dafa baax nga go reach out to sa parti supporters si tam ak Gambien si tam waxtaan naa ñoom tam nga xool sa strength of your party loolu tam daf dee baax si parti bu nekk bon political party am na si ëppa démb rek maa ngi dem benn programme gala dina maa ngi gis ay si Thiamar suma xel dafa ma jox straight ma ne dégg war ngeen pour seen house in order am na parti yu bëri tey di register amul office musuñ organise meeting musuñ def congrès xam nga loi comme lu Bojang wax keroog lu tax ñoom Sanyang ba léegi ba tey lu créé Sanyang ba tey mu ngi système bi ba léegi mu ngi am ñu saaga ko bu fa nekk bu ko loi da nga ko war a implement loi da nga ko war a loi bi dafa ne soo registré political party da nga war a am office da nga war a dem élection da nga war a am structure bon am na parti nga xam ne musuñ jege élection loolu leen xaar rek mooy ñu ngi xaar rek
kansulo sax duñ taxaw
waaw duñ taxaw kansulo so loolu loi bi dafa ne loi moo ko wax dafa mu nekkoon ay ni nga yaxal waaye réew mi ñaata political party ñoo fi am structures nationwide amut bariwut soo ko limee eegut 5 sax
on paper rek la
yaa ngi démb ma si programme bi gala dina yi naka xaw ma naka seen interparty xaw ma nag maa ngi fa woon démb 18 political party ñoo ñëw dem ba di sign form ñi ñëpp ku nekk mu ngi sign man ma toog ma ne waa 18 political party am na sax man xaw ma leen amul mosuma gis gars yi dugg si élection sax so loi bi dañ ko war a xoolaat more over 5 or 7 political parties ngi taxaw ngi
right now so officially it's 22 registered
22 waaw so yaa ngi 22 registered party so ay si dañ war a xoolaat seen bi nekkul ni da xaalis bu gars yi di jël foofu rek lañ soxla du loolu bon il faut ñu xoolaat suñu tool di fi tam ñu xoolaat parti da nga war a dem stock da nga war a dem reach out to the people political party lu gën a am solo mooy da nga war a am structure wax naa ko fi ñu fi de ñëw yëpp ma ne la soo ko amut because tam ba si élection da nga nit ay agent am na last elections am na parti nga xam ne amul agent sax am na fi
yeneen parti yi ñoo nekkoon seen agent de facto agent
amul ñu bëri xamul loolu de yeneen parti yi ñoo fa nekk seen agent ñoo nekk di xool gars yi di dimbale gars yi so yow na nga wine élection lu mu neex gars yi mun nañu koo def bu amul ku la fa nekkal so yooyu yëpp dañu ko war a xoolaat wala foog naa ne loolu waa AIC dem am naa ne am taal ne leen oo leen teg leen fii loi moom réew loi moo koy yóbbu an loi dafa ne lii moo war a am loolu moo war a am su amut di register parti yëpp ñu mbir requirements yi nga bàyyi la ñu door dem élection parce que even parlement bi sax day war a dugal loo nga xam ne political party bu nekk da nga war a taxawal councilor suy benn councilor da nga ko war a taxawal suy benn député da nga ko war a taxawal waaw waaye ni ngeen nuyu ñëpp tam suñu gan itam ni ngeen nuyu gars yi bu baax xam naa tam waxtaan bi tey ñu ne gën a yaatu waxtaan ni réew la waxtaan ni réew kenn ku nekk rek di nga wax sa xelaat la nga foog ne moo yóbbu réew mi si kanam di nuyu itam suñu suñu caméraman yi di nuyu itam Ajaratu Siré Dramé oustaz Dramé xariti taalibo xam naa dem na seeti taalibo waaxem la de moo ko tuddee oustaz
jërëjëf MC jërëjëf Bojamba ngi bula itening jibir lalle ñoo konton janembe do na programme to
abaka mbe mobe konton na mbe ala tentula jada kendia ning sima ning the ability kana nimol kacha mbe nalun tangol be jial kay ko kono mbe duwala melbe loptanol to melbe sasagin so kono talimu mbe duwala fanaye mon mbe bata dato alama alaye bata be bondi mel man kendia alama alaye kendia dilela atila beno mfana ba tentola bake baydi jata kendia dinan fo sañ tul mume ba mbe fana konton mbe MC konton bake to be frank interprete nyanta ka awodo di se MC lale ankay politico kono politician di me pareno ad espèce de yo fo na nga am façon school
I'm glad ne yanko degal ko wana la may ngi nga julli korité wala tobaski nit ñi dañ war di delay sen natali ñu xaar be MC post den ñu dem pare ñu génn
dama dem ben sara
parce que ku génn da nga
bere pa o ma kari bi mu ma ne sa solo yi la bëgg xam naka la
imaginal pa
dama ma osalu leneen la ma watande ma way dama réer
da nga defal leen dajé lan dëj
wa di lay wa
kan yi imagine
yéen gën a kaani bi rek ma fa ne mu ne ma kaay ma fa ne lu ma wasa ñu ngi mu ma
MC mooy ko sa bopp
some people mënuñu sol waaye ñeneen ñi nag sol nag mun nañ ko yow moom whatever you put on you that's the way you go around it fits
dama rek nga MC boo demee këram sax mu génn da nga fekk MC sangu na ba solu toog ma ne ko MC yaa ngi kër génnuloo mu ne ma xamuloo suñ la koolee dafa fekk pare nga dafa fekk pare nga doo waste time ma ne ko man suma toogee suma kër am in my PJs I feel comfortable waaye sangu sanse sol daala sol kawas yow tamit nag
they prepare
no
am na ñi nga xam ne dañ dee sol for themselves not for you.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I think it's a good idea to be like that. MC yaa ngi attractive.
Thank you.
They don't want to solo, so settled. Set muy din.
Okay.
So obviously it's really nice, it's really good.
Why MC dafa ëpp waay. Dafa ëpp.
Now, yes, and also here me molbe kontona to top to bottom to top. Everybody, the technical team, be Gambian or be content na home and abroad, from all family, Mama and Farmer and everybody. Thanks. It's always a pleasure to be here. Bedwala Nyadon call Billy.
Amin Allah.
Including you because you are Nyadon.
Amin Allah alayhi wajabi.
Whether VDC lem president yalem soldier yalem as a commander, station officer Bedwala Mobile.
Amin Allah. Thank you very much Ablay. Be fanan tentula be jayla ite fanan ila najang akuma yata lebake, parce que ye nakalin ko hate ye hakilo sotole ye kuwol fahamu bake ando ikamin fojang aka mol nafale yes dol ba folale ko amanke ko parce que ay affecté li all of the wane da ko lal taranga rek mu nono la so ñi nga lal duñ de happy ci lolu waye teewut ne li nga wax du dega teewul ne li nga wax amut waaye daf leen neexut so ma def ko ori MC rek ñooñu nañ jël glace ñu naan ñu jàpp yàlla
mooy dëgg rek
ñu xam ne loolu la yàlla dogal ñu jéem a wécc seen toogaay daal wécc seen yëfin but anyway di jaajëfal MC ak Bojang di wax ne rek nama naa suma moo ndeysaan na moo nga mislee very next week ni ala kititala abe nala alla baluwo be sahayala bake you know jaralo fanang be kila abe nala di dalal ñi nga xamne ñom lañ am fi gan tay ñaari gan yu magal lañ fi am gan yoo xam ne baax na pour ñu dalal leen nit ñi tamit askan bi ñu dégg ci ñoom li nga xam ne loolu la gaay am pour wax leeral indi facts maybe possibly evidences you know ci li nga xam ne waxtaane woon nañ ko fii réeléwu leen mbir ay taasi gannaaw amoon nañ fi gan yi nga xam ne ñu ngi jógee Sanyang regarding seen VDC bi regarding seen naka lañ ko waxatee development fund bi you know Diaspora development fund chapter bi regarding the proposed ports project deep Sanyang deep port bi nga xam ne lañ propose pour def ko foofu noonu waxi bari woon na yeey yàbbi bi nas nocc bi you know am indi bi bari woon na lool ku ci nekk nag am foofar mu am different sides ku ne ñu bari am position yu jël so ñu dalaloon fi naka lañ ko tey both camps ñëwoon nañ fii ku ci nekk am ci loo ci wax waaye tey ñu am mbégte pour dalal ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo nekk maybe lay wax in the center of the Sanyang Development Fund the Diaspora chapter right ñaar ñiñ fi am tey moo nekk the Sarjo Fofana moo nekk the Public Relations Officer of Sanyang Development Fund he also doubles as the President of Sanyang UK Association kon du ku ndaw ci biir Sanyang du ku ndaw ci yëfi développement ni Sanyang jëm kanami Sanyang ak yokkute Sanyang as a community keneen kiñ fi am tam mooy Saikou Camara moom tamit moo nekk chairman of Sanyang Development Fund Diaspora chapter also the Secretary General and Legal Compliance Officer of Sanyang UK Association in short they call it SUKA right so ñaar ñi lañ am tey pour waxtaan ak ñoom ci lépp li nga xam ne moo nekk di go on in Sanyang in regards to seen disputes yi seen disagreements yi seen agreements yi the alignment of interest lépp li nga xam ne waxtaane nañ ko fii kon di am mbégte ak kontaante ne tey dinañ gën a xuus ci issue boobu noonu biir Sanyang foofu noonu so li ñuy def rek bàyyi leen ñu nuyoo ak askan bi most specifically waa Sanyang xam naa ne ñu ngi seetaan te yëg nañ ne gars yi nga ñëw fii parce que ñu bari bëggoon nañoo dégg ci ñoom tey ñu indi leen fii nii Mr. Sarjo Fofana ngebula iteni mol ye ñoo kontok you can speak in Wolof or Mandinka or English whichever one you are most comfortable and you can mix it as well
okay
yeah
mbafra assalamu alaikum ba jibirlal be kontonna anin be television crew kontonna minnu bijang tandila ko bi dol mbota sanyan ne nata jam puruka diamu sanyan na kola so ntelemu SDF la PRO in the Diaspora and mu the president of Sanyang UK Association so na dalilo jangwolo mu bi purunga kata ning banko molu sate molu ani nying ala ti television crew mol puri salon lafta min sata la dunia mol sa moy salon ko min keta Sanyang kumo dol fota ol manke tonyat so wolen sijam bi pour ni mol se kata
ko mayatale baraka baki Saikou mbe bismillah la Kër Fatou Diang bari mbe bulala iteni jibe lar yenyo kontong yenyo bismillah janni mbe dunna kacato
baraka baki nene na molbe kontong be studio de jam kabo mulba kabo la jam barate mba kontong fole na janni kata
really
no
na MC fanan kontong ani kusol mu mebe mba fala la baraka mba fala dunia mu mebe assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh momo be jibe rola ngal be konton alto kendo la nal konton seno comme nene atambe ndi nyami bi nata janka kacha Sanyang na kola nata janka kacha Gambia la kola because kulu be keri Sanyang imu Gambia la kola o kamara dro ba fulal be assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh annal badi malum Saikou Camara chairman of Sanyang Development Fund Diaspora chapter and also Secretary General and Legal Compliance of the Sanyang UK Association. Ala baraka.
Abaraka bake Saikou kontante sewota andung naka kontondiro fanang bete yata bake bari nkake nyame janembe dunna kacha kono deep normally be kudol kacha la follow andung bi mang wokul amansia parce que lafta time mo be dila nying Sanyang kola because akumma yatale a fanotale lafta ka time jamadi la walati nembe kukeli ndoron ne kacha la mimmanke Sanyang kote den dum bedun na kacha kono MC dégg nga lu ma wax noonu dégg nga ko de leer na
comme ça way na dégg
la ko moy poli
man yaay men di uti
I know right
yaay so laki olof de
dede way yaay man ko jangal yaay ngi mun tay la oy tu len ko jowde yaay dafa understand tay
no yaay ko joso do xam dafa lu gadi
dede no ko yaay dafa humble rek way yaay mu ngi understand fu nekkani so bu len ko underrate so MC ni koy defé sa yo nekk rek time bi dama ko bëgg spend ñu spend ko mo ci yefi Sanyang bi because lu important la waaye one thing rek la bëggoon ñu deviate a little bit ECOWAS naka meeting bi again mu ngi xewaat this past days si week buñ génn ni of course suñ président bi dem na Barrow mus naa ñaaka dem ECOWAS meeting sax
Foguma I don't know.
Barrow from na
Anyway, he's a regular.
Wow. So absent
tamit
bariwul.
ECOWAS
no regular film ko lay attend mom suñ ko don awal Barrow lañ ko jox
Attendance de punctuality maanaam de punctual de
Barrow di attend shit Barrow ECOWAS ko la caaxane
right now is part of Njana Yaga fofu de.
No mo fana legi bokk na si force 3 wala
mbalo nekkaatu fa mbalo daf ko fekk
no Barrow fekk Barrow yi
waaw
Barrow
le tini nak daf ko fekk
waaw fana ba Barrow nekkul léegi no mo wala
vétéran la de
ana ñeneen ni de pa yeen ñeneen pa yi
te kiitam daf ko fekk naka la tuddaat sax naka la tuddaat the Sierra Leone the president na
waaw baba vétéran la si fofu
Barrow foog naa ne Barrow suñ force 2 yi
vétéran na
dafa génn de
waaw Barrow ñu gën a yàgg si président Afrique yi right now West Africa bokk na si de bu ko ñi la yëpp ay force tam leen nekk
hankay
waaw ñu si ëpp
dem ay second time ak yooyu noonu interesting anyways waaye léegi li ma bëggoon ñu discuss foofu noonu gis nañ bi mu ñëwee si airport bi normally ni ñu ko dee defee rek interview ko ak yooyu noonu and one of the things you highlight foofu noonu ne there is a resolution and the resolution is ne strong warning Yaya Jammeh na bàyyi di seen audios and I was like that particular thing was discussed at ECOWAS I'm asking because Yaya Jammeh nekkut si dëkk bi right mënuloo control téléphone kan la nit di call ak kan la kan di call because Yaya Jammeh téléphone am boo ko contrôler sa waaye Yaya Jammeh ñu ma waxal fii mënuloo control seen téléphone or anything else because it's like a wider space so why should that be bothering ba nga xam ne that's something li ñoo discuss ECOWAS when ECOWAS has so many pressing issues yoo xam ne it affects the lives and livelihood of people. The most pressing one is Guinea-Bissau. So, man la time be being spent to discuss about Guinea-Bissau and how to restore the will of the people, then talk about Yaya Jammeh sending audios. MC.
No, I'm going ECOWAS.
How na ma jahal de?
Man suma taxaw si stani ECOWAS musu da change suma gum ECOWAS. Man dama xolé lu dama ko xolé comme club la. So nekk si club bi nga nekk good time ak ñoom rek yow am nga jàmm soo gisee Yaya Jammeh génn fii Yaya musul soo xoolee stade Yaya Jammeh gars yi nekkul benn
Yaya was very defiant
nekkul benn parce que dafa nekkoon si poste français yi ñoom neen seen kabulu boobu mu àndaa ñoom comme ñoom sax ñoo ko doon protect kon dafa gis économique sax da ko fi gis ñëpp xam ne li xew Guinée-Bissau foog naa ECOWAS seen meeting boobu is mainly about Guinée-Bissau lu leen war a gën a focus about Guinée-Bissau because gis nañ ne président bi daanu na élection mu jël ko jox ko soldat yi ne toog leen moom mu toog mu set cabinet am bi yëpp fixe cabinet ba pare jël brodaam def ko ministre campagne manager am def ko prime minister.
loolu couldn't have been a coincidence.
So loolu yëpp ñoom dafa toog fixe ko
because
yëpp.
normally bala ma dogguma la ku su amee su nekkee ne it was a genuine one ñooñu suñ ñëwee anything that has to do with the sitting president then they get rid of you.
waaw.
You understand?
ñu
indi seen nit.
No,
because then what's the point of taking over from yow su ne dañ laa maintain.
No, xam nga ñun
so bii dafa xaw a tax
xam nga bu jàmme ñëwee jàmme ñëpp la génne ba mu set. So yow nga ñëw nga fixe sa broda mu nekk ministre sa campagne manager nekk di prime minister.
ak ñeneen
yëpp yow sa government moo fa nekkaat. So kon ECOWAS dafa nekk organisation bu nga xam ne club la rek mooy club bi baara yëgu la. ñoom neen ñooy dimbalante ñoom ñooy jàppalante ñoom neen because soo demee war a wax ni ban loi moo ne kenn wata seen audio si dëkk bi fii.
because Equatorial Guinea bokkul si ECOWAS bi.
bokkul fa parce que ECOWAS si boobam ñoom dañ sign agreement wala government bañ ko oo nangu ko ak yaay jëme bala mu génn fii am na lu gars yi d'accord ak jàmme loolu mooy dëgga léegi leen doo di ko dinaay di wax ne waa amul loolu mooy dëgga boo ECOWAS foog naa ñoom
liñ fi dinaay
bëri na so baro ñoom lu gaa war a gën a waxtaane war a gën a xool mooy ECOWAS lu gaa war a gën a focus right now mooy term limit loolu leen war a gën a focus ne waaw soo gisee luy am Afrique yëpp lu si ëppam mooy overstay moo di si problème boobu
ak tam constitutional coup d'état
bi
waaw
nga tappa constitution bi bu nga def amendement pour gën a toogaat ana Ouattara léegi mu ngi foo taamam fu mu nekk nii lu si ECOWAS wax tey bu Jammeh waxee ne man du ma dem ECOWAS dañ jël taxawaay bu am doole meg soo ne yaay dem na tey lu xew Guinée Bissau ñi warum fa am 24 hours ñu génne leen fa because lu xew Guinée Bissau su continuer dem élection amatul njëriñ bëgg nga da nga daaneel président bi mu oo benn soldat mu ne ko kaay nga toog suñ caaxaane laa war de.
waaw président will reset
waaw
and
suñ
it
ko
will
stoput
be a very bad president.
da ngaa dem élection ak élection naka la seeree nga dugal sa xaalis campagne foon dem France si àll bi nga daane président bi mu ne waaw suma boy soldat bi kaay toogal. Mbaalo am na ñu.
den moom si boppam mooy announce ne I've been deposed.
waaw léegi Mbaalo si waam sax am na ñuy wax ne sax mu ngi biir Guinée Bissau.
waaw dégg naa
am na ñu wax loolu right now ne mu ngi biir Guinée Bissau.
te bu yàggoon ne ñu ngi téye jabaram
ñu ngi ko téye ak xaalis bu bëri.
doon
so kon yooyu moo laa woon ne ECOWAS seen taxawaay dañ ko war a xoolaat.
50 million or how many?
No, 5
million
euro waaw. so loolu moo laa woon ne ECOWAS fu mu jaar ñu xoolaat ko soo demee nga léegi ne da ngaa woon Yaya Jammeh man Barrow sax bu mu wax loolu sax Barrow foog naa Barrow respectul Gambie si laa foog.
résolution ab ndox
because man yooyu foog naa Barrow lu mu waroon Gambie si ñun ECOWAS free movement of naka goods. loolu leen nekk d'accord fu mu nekk nii diggante Gambie Sénégal xool naka la métti. foreign currency bi xoolal suñu currency bi naka la yaaxoo. xoolal naka la CFA bi amee naka ëppee doole dalasi bi. foo la gaa woon ne gën a focus daan ne Yaya Jammeh woon nañ ko audio. yaa su ko nee mu desee audio Bojang jël audio bi tasaare ko fu ko nee mu dem.
man boobu xaw na ma jaaxal.
daal Barrow dafa toog gis nga Barrow audio Yaya Jammeh bi dafa sonal di entire government Barrow. audio ba nga xam ne ni yaa ngi ko def ADS yaa ngi def audio ADS. yaa last election bi def na fi man la doon call maa def fixe affaire bi si mic bi ah yaa war na Banjul ba koy na suñu mikin si suma ful mi la doon jël man maa de su koolee maa dugal si dee mu nga ëpp na sax ma reject ko beneen next time mu attaque ma si téléphone bi waaw am na ma xam ne sax dama koy ne ma ko saa léegi affaire doy na ma ne ma get out fii kootu Mandiaye fii def na ko fii.
parce que mu ngi doon jël all the time.
waaw time bi ko ni ngi am xam nga meeting si. daf day am da nga benn day da nga dem ay different places. da nga am fii daw fii because time bi dafa gaata. so Jammeh ngi jël mic bi kan de waxagul ñu kenn waxagul Jammeh ngi fa rek. so mu ne ko saa léegi fu mu nekk nii foog la léegi la xaaral ñu dog la ba mu ne ma get out. so yooyu yëpp xam nga lu ma bëgg a so xam nga dafa gox mi ne war a xoolaat. xam nga mbiri Jammeh bi toroxal na ma ko du ma ñaara ma toroxale fii parce que man tay moom mu ngi wax xam nga sometime sa yaay soo ko dogut mun naa wax meeting bi yëpp so fu ñu ko pare booy
da dee fàtte ne meeting bi is not about moom am na ñeneen dafa ko ne xëy na moom meeting
gis nga booy fa nekkoon noonu kenn ñu ma a wax Yaya Jammeh ne ko doy na
baru ngeen di ngunu nguni
gars yi ku nekk rek la woon ne ko dane ko waxaat rek mu ne noonu garaaw xaaral man maa ne xaaral ma ne man day wax ko ne ko léegi
waaye doo toog ko def
waaw rek dafa daxa si affaire bi mu continuer wax lu ko ne so jàmme waxi yaay jame nekkul lu bees si Gambien si su waxee ne ko gars yi xam nga comme nu ma baro nu mu war na xoolee yaay jame comme Macky Sall ak Ablaye Wade gis nga Ablaye Wade su waxee Macky ne suma maam la ret waaw suma maam la defee ko ne yaaya léegi fi mu nekk nii lii moo ko desee mu def audio wax audio
ndeysaan
so ko nga informé yow nga war a ñëw boo ñëwee si airport bi la war a wax Gambie si ne lu li leen d'accord ne mexoo ne li xew Guinée Bissau du xewaat ne mexoo ne ressources yi nañ ko announce ku nekk winner bi ñu xam ne kii muy winner bi so daa dellu si baras bi loolu la Gambie si war a loolu leen expecté bara wax si airport bi waaye dafa nekk di wax ay audio Yaya Jammeh audio bi nga xam ne yaay ak suma tamit la mu waxal fu audio dëkk bi ñu ngi am dëkk man baro xamoon baro lu de pare ma gis ñi ko jël ko taay fu nekk si media bi ne baro woon na Yaya Jammeh yow yaa ngi woon yow right now sa current government bu baro nekk nii sax soo fa génnee gars Yaya Jammeh kan faa des
ñu bari yow tamit nag
because tey
Saano mu ngi fa
speaker bi kan la
waaw loolu laa nga ne soo fa génnee gars yi ñuy des mais la ñu bari nañ fa des Saano mu ngi fa
gars yi Jammeh ñoo gën a soppare yaaya sax soppare Jammeh yi ñoo fa nekk because tey soo xoolee allé su baro di wax ne grande coalition bi gars di wax noonu soo fa génnee APRC yi kan dafa am ni daan NRP kan la bu ko parti yi ma nekk ñu yëpp parti yooyu soo leen jëloon tey ngeen la def leen raale ku nekk mu def raale
mais Fati am na crowd de
mais Fati amul crowd mu fa dem na taxaw fi élection mu amul ñàkk déposit am
suma broda bi nag
mu ñàkk déposit
suma broda bi nag
suma oncle Henry waaw xam nga Henry moom lu ma ne si moom forum bi waxam bi ñoo ma olof ñoo ma ne waaw dañu keroog xam nga dafa benn xale mu nekk si patem bi ma daje Henry ma ne ko doo try nga sponsor xale bi mu ngi struggle sponsor si université bi nga dimbale ko Henry ma koy waxul dara rek mu ne waaw no problème mu dem mu ne xale bi ne ko daje naa sa xarit la xaw ma sa boyfriend la wala mu ngi egg naka gaynde bu nelaw mu ngi egg gaynde bu nelaw mu ne mën na mu disgrâce si mbooloo ni moo ne pour ma sponsor la wax ko ne mu ngi egg gaynde bu nelaw waaw ne place am MC dafa rëy waa
dafa xam ne loo duggee ci débat yooyu
so ko kool mu ne ma xanaa lu xew mu ne ko dama ne ko ne yow yaa ngi ut sponsor yaa ngi ma kool ne pour ma dimbal la sponsor si council bi moom personne advice la moom moo gën a yomb pour ñu mun laa dimbali sponsor
jege na corridor sa power
waaw ma ne ko loolu laa doon wax ne pour mu jàppale la loolu laa ko wax de parce que mu ko wax sax nekku ne si mbooloo laa ko wax te taxaw ma naa moom wax ko nii ma ne mu ne moom ma attaque ne moo ne yaa ngi egg waxal MC mu ngi egg gaynde mu nelaw
bàyyil gaynde ba mu nelaw MC bàyyil gaynde ba mu nelaw boo suma xarit xol bi na bàyyi gaynde ba mu nelaw jàppalal xale bi rek ci li nga mu ci sa doole waaw gaynde gaa ngi nelaw su gaynde gi eewut mënu koo jàppale MC boo nte jàkkaloo waratale de I didn't know these things can be controlled. Yes, Jammeh was a former president. You know, Jammeh has support here. People still are drawn to him. But for that to be an agenda item and a resolution on such an audio being sent by a former president, what say you to that?
Yeah, I would likely agree with what MC said. You know, the purpose of ECOWAS, you know, it looks like they have outlived their relevance, and the purpose, they cannot outlive it because we still struggle with economic issues and border, you know. But the focus, the strategy is something that is highly questionable. Along Klopo, Terikafo, that's the problem with ECOWAS, Terikafo. Barrow left Bissau when? I don't think it's up to 3 months before the elections. I'm not sure.
Barrow and Jomai.
Yes. So you realize that these I don't know how to say Terikafo, maybe in a better way, but these are kind of friends. It's a league of friends who basically are there for the protection of their personalities, not the country.
Like they all have alignment of interests.
That is it. Because if you look at it, near GBQ, ECO, when has ECO been said that the common currency?
Or the eco currency?
Yes, when?
Oh, that is not, that has not been an agenda at the ECOWAS in a long time there.
Anyways, it's still an agenda, but since when have we had anything regarding that?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, no update on that.
Yes. In fact, they have moved it to 2027. They want to launch it 2027, but now they don't want to make it a collective thing. They want to make it the country that is ready. And this is my point. The country that is ready in terms of meeting the economic and other criteria that they set. They would start with the ECO, and then others can follow suit. Well, you see, this is what I expect the presidency to talk about. Yeah, from ECOWAS, what is the main agenda? We are outsiders, but we believe the main agenda is the issue of coups, especially in Bissau and Benin. No, Benin is not necessarily whatever, but Bissau. But their belief is what is stalling, including what the president said is coup. That is what is making Africa, or West Africa basically, lag behind. But that is not the truth. The truth is, if that were the case, there was no need for ECOWAS, because they could fix it within their territorial or country constitutions. They can fix the issue of coup. Why are people doing coup? Most of the things that these coups are complaining of, fix it and see if really you will not be able to bring them down. So that was a distraction from the main issues, because the whole country of Guinea-Bissau, somebody staged something and then it worked.
They're still there.
We don't see ECOWAS sending a force there. You see, that is the problem with Africa. In the case of the Gambia, what happened? But this was because Senegal Macky has a vested interest in Gambia. That is why you are seeing the oil and all those sort of things. Macky has a vested interest. And up to now, Senegal, Sonko, Joma, they all have in fact, let me tell you, they will favor Barrow more than any other president. Because believe it or not, if Gambia has a president like, let's say, Sonko, Senegal will not also like it. They will not have the advantage that they want. The corner dealings and all these things, they cannot have. So I can tell you, from a geopolitical perspective, Barrow is a favorite to most of these people. Because there are a lot of things that are of our national interest. But when we pursue that a lot, it will hamper Senegal's efforts or whatever in one way or the other. Remember, we are more or less a close substitute to Senegal. And those that know economics, close substitutes, they affect the demand, the supply, and stuff like that. So we are a close substitute, and Senegal is also a close substitute to Gambia. It means if we thrive, it can likely affect them somehow, if it is not coordinated. So this is the issue, because Niajiwe, Jammeh just saying, I'll not step down, the election is this and that. And of course, the reality is legally, he has a reason to say the elections were not fair, because the tax organization Ecotech. So he has right to say no, something was wrong. But what happened? They scrambled all the whatever and so what happened in Guinea? Why is it that the Guinean Electoral Commission cannot still declare who the actual winner is and restore the will of the people? That was the purpose of the meeting, basically, from what we understand. We were not in the boardrooms or in their rooms there. So why are you not addressing that? Or maybe friendship. Gambia, look at our economic situation. What resolution has ECOWAS passed that helps us in terms of our fish, in terms of even telling presidents that, you know what, there should be a quota system on how we go about our natural resources and so on. We cannot wholesomely sell it out. These are the things that we need ECOWAS to be talking. Not somebody's audio. But that also tells you that shortcuts in life, they are dangerous. If you need political experience, you need political stability quick and fast. It makes you not do the right thing and follow the right. So right now, some of those actions are haunting the system. Because you now want to act, but you cannot act. Because if you act, it's like you're going to act against your own self. That is the situation in which we found ourselves politically. And that means Jammeh's talking would become a threat. But a threat to who? Well, it's not a threat to me because Jammeh, for most part, sounds what I want to hear. He talks about security. For me, on 2 occasions, my owner, even day before yesterday, thieves, they will scale. He said 13, 12
Very
plus
tall
funds.
fence, yeah.
Because you see it's a bit flashy, you think there is money and stuff like that. They are disturbing me.
There's money now.
Now, if somebody is talking about that, you think I should not listen to that individual?
Bonya, so wako source.
Okay.
Because say audio jamming.
Wow. So I'm coming for no one. I think that's supposed not to be even a side show for ECOWAS. Amanya na kila kuti me yalo. ECOWAS nyanda ka adiamfa. Because men nyanta kila. Ni problem will solve. ECOWAS say okay no, let them just do that. As simple as that. Jammeh also has a right. And he also say knowledge. So ECOWAS is not there to stop him from that. ECOWAS for a long kamo nyanta kila na economy ninku dolti. But he because diamo ndol ngomai. So until Gambia as a country, are we even ready for the echo? At what stage are we? What the criteria that are set, the criteria that is set, or that are set, Ntonga mune akif, mamune akif no. Those are the things that we think we should know. Because imagine, West Africa, one currency, is going to be very powerful.
Yeah, very powerful, yeah.
Unfortunately, it has taken us how many years? Is it because they are working for France? Or they are working for multilateral corporations, the Brentwood institutions? That is why it has taken this long for us to achieve that. But this was one of the reasons why Gaddafi was assassinated. Gaddafi. So, Jammeh la diamo manke tretti wala kuti memu silandati ntea asike no doya, because most of Jammeh come for security. Daba colonel wala na tankoti B ntemenka diamali more than 2 times sungol kanaya and ninjo le kana nebo so le kamakwe muke mutano. But even if you report it at the police, how do they find out who? Wala nantolko nimmo menka security for wala gambe be la tanko including president tanko wala diamo be kela no nyaadi tretti ntea mengi along ko mbesi njanda nyame, anything can happen. Woman ke problem ti ntea, but abe kela problem ti doyale to mando bato. But generally speaking, it's not a problem. Talking about the economy, talking about that there is oil in this country, I know about it. I have investigated. I have got experts. They told me. But we have a situation where, we don't have oil. Or we have oil, but the oil that we have is not commercially whatever. But the ex-president said that. So you want me, you want that guy not to talk. Maybe because if he knows a lot, if he talks, it can sway. Maybe that is the reason. And why now? Jammeh has been talking.
For a very long time.
2020.
Jammeh has been talking. Even the last election, GDC and whatever, Jammeh has been talking. And at some point, he has even made some remarks that were not pleasant. We have not had a word. But the election is coming. Why? Now, Gambians, Nyanyin Connect Bank, from what we heard from the court proceedings or reports from the cakes and the others, the ex-Auditor General said the reports are supposed to be delayed because of election. That is what he was told.
Yeah.
Now, this draw the pattern. Why is it Jammeh was talking, no problem, but now election is coming, they don't want him to talk? Is it that Jammeh has a lot to offer to Gambians because he was an insider and still could be an insider, and he knows a lot, and they don't want him to say those, which probably could be detrimental not only to President Barrow, but they can have geopolitical implication. Our relations with Senegal, some of the things that we think we have, and we think they have been compromised based on maybe how Senegal played their part in bringing Barrow. As a kind of new basic kuti, meyatina, this is what influenced this decision, if it is a decision by ECOWAS or a resolution, all this could be. Because Nimanki Jamela forced it. So maybe what I picked up from the entire thing is, yes, there could be threat, but not threat to me, the ordinary Gambian. Not threat to the woman there who is struggling early morning to get fees and so on.
And things like that.
But it could be threat to power because Jammeh knows a lot and has a lot and still has the popular support, and so on. So maybe that is how this thing is supposed to be. But I want to add, for me to be fair, that if Jammeh also is to say anything about this country, he should also look at the ramifications of some of his pronouncements. That is fair to say, because it's not only about the presidency, but it's about also the general Gambian and ordinary Gambian. But I don't think this was really even necessary for it to be a point or agenda point on something like ECOWAS.
Until a resolution.
Yes, until a resolution has to come. So this probably means there is a vested interest. And this may not necessarily be Ntol Gambian no la interest. But in ECOWAS for Jamela Kumakong Domam Eco. So Jamela Kumakong is a threat. ECOWAS is for victim or male targeted imam pass of on certain treatment. Okay. ECOWAS is for them.
And they are dying.
Yes. What did ECOWAS say, MC?
No,
what did ECOWAS say about, okay, you trying to go to parliament to change laws to favor some people, that the same commission that you said those people are detrimental to the development and progress of the entire Gambia, because they have been in position of power and they did not use that power properly in the interest of Gambians. ECOWAS did not say anything about that. What is ECOWAS saying about people dying? And nobody can even explain. You will be in the garden and then how the issue of drug. Gambia is becoming a transit point. What did ECOWAS say? Because that is also trade.
We've seen recently women being attacked in the Kunko.
Yes.
Kunko
Meaning even on your farm you are not safe.
You know, the woman that was killed.
And this same ECOWAS still has contingents here. They have more soldier, economic soldier. And for sign in total. Ordinary Gambian, to be frank with you, ordinary Gambian still feels he is more secure Jammeh days than now. Yet we now have extra force helping our own force. EU and other people have spent around 7, if you calculate, it's 7 billion Gambian dollars we're talking about here. And we don't see that relief in terms of security. We are not doing politics against anyone. We are doing politics for the Gambia. And that is why we are saying, equip the prison officer. Pay them well. Equip them. Police will, police will be able to have station drone in motokendo and police ambulance will train them. That is what will take this country. Then if that is there will be no threat. Because already, any threat now, you have something to stop it. So this is what is supposed to be. But talking about Jammeh not talking all these things, these are not addressing the root causes.
The trivial issues.
Yes, these are just side issues that I think ECOWAS should not reduce themselves to that, even though I know they are not going to salvage Africa in any way. Yes, it's just a club
But
of...
you see the ECOWAS communique, the issue of this Jammeh warning resolution was not mentioned on the communique after the ECOWAS whatever.
I will take it that what the president said is right. Because he's the one who attended the meeting. So if he said a resolution was passed, yes, with time we will know. But I will take it that, yes, that's what he said and the resolution has been passed. But now if that is the case, as it is, because we have not seen anything against it for now, then it means, ECOWAS has really, really disappointed themselves. Because when only an ex-president is able to threaten and convince the entire ECOWAS presidency that this guy is really a threat, then it means Jammeh is not only, the Jammeh effect is not only on Gambia. Yes. So another thing that MC mentioned, that if you look at it, not on the surface, Jammeh has some common traits with all these commandos or whatever you call them, the Goitas, the Burkina Faso. Generally they are all kind of disorderly in terms of the traditional orderliness. You understand? And Jammeh also was a coupist. Now, who knows the intelligence they have? A Jammeh style, whatever, could resemble these people. And remember, Jammeh was like Gaddafi. they were not in good terms with most of these Africans. Because when they go to meet, they tell them the truth. They speak boldly.
Very bold.
So they are not conformists within the inner circle. That is what also betrayed Gaddafi. It's not that they know that what he's saying is that no, but they themselves, within themselves, Imandia, they see him as a non-conformist, a troublesome somebody, a barrier. Yes, not one of them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they could have done a lot of things.
Klobla.
You understand? So the same thing with Jammeh. So it's like, look at the Goitas, the Burkinabe, Ibrahim. They are not part of them. And right now, they have established what, a bank.
Yeah.
Yes, they are moving. Now, if anyone tells me that coups are taking Africa back, West Africa is there, but I say, okay, but Burkina is not going back. And if you look at even Gambia, it has taken, it's a coup, but it has taken us somewhere. So I'm not here advocating for coups, per se. What I'm trying to explain is, that is not a general fact to say coups is what is taking Africa back. How many of them? So if you're a president for 8 years, no coup, somebody came 2 years, he's able to achieve what you couldn't achieve in 2 years. Believe it or not, I'll opt for the guy who can do that for me. So for me, that's the truth. But I don't think it should be an issue. I don't think. But these are some of the things, the reasonings probably, that are causing them to panic and so on. Yes.
Thank you. MC, you wanted to say something
No,
before we move quickly.
Despite government political leadership, the opposition leadership, ECOWAS organisation la bu nga xamé governments am ñu fa nek governments it's important ñuy def ay petition all lu boñ ak esprit fi yépp opposition mi dañ ko wara def they wara use send ay petition to the ECOWAS et bu so nekkee président yow opposition nga ne li defoon nako yëgoon naa lii de
challenge their stance, you know, question it.
Mun naa le président bi dafa lu fa wax ak lu xew nekkul benn.
Yeah, MC is right, but you see, that what we all agree on, ECOWAS is self-serving. It's not for us. They should change that. And our APRC been before, in fact, this recent Binda, they will tell you that they don't get any response. That's what they will tell you. So it means you cannot go against their member. If you go against their member, they ignore you.
No, club.
So Lola, club like
Mbalo subuam, ECOWAS they want to just stand some more.
Yes.
Mbalo subuam.
Why they don't send a force? Look, Benin. How do you scramble jets quickly? Because it's probably one of the last strongholds that France has some little influence. And if they lose it, it's like, come on, France is gone. So these are some of the geopolitical realities and so on. And I think ECOWAS is not in tandem with the realities of our times. They need to come up and catch up with us. You know?
We just hope they do the needful for the interest of the people, not for the interest of individuals, like you say, you know, cabal, like friends club.
Absolutely.
Friendly.
I mean, I see my brother Mari Jabati always going after them, you know, being so super critical.
Gilmari
Sanyang, oh my God. I saw Gilmari also listen last sit in Bini. Oh, Gilmari went to town in regards to the ECOWAS, and I mean the Mbalo issue.
They should do something, but they will not.
Gilmari did not give them a chance at all.
No, MC.
Anyways.
It's the same style. If you are conformist, Queen Nangu, ñooñu luñ bëgg ngay nangu ngay support leen. They will not duñ dal sa kaw. Loolu mooy dëgg ni.
Anyways, my guest from Sanyang, right?
Yes.
Fofana and Camara, you know, as we are politicians, we delve into these things, but we always want to recuse our guests from it because they're not political, and you're not here on political issues. It has to be people-centered issues or whatever. That's why we don't, you know, ask you question or even ask for your take on that. But let's just dive, you know, quickly into the matter. Sanyang Development Fund. Right? You guys are from the Diaspora chapter. Quickly, Fofana, as the PRO, can you just give us the correlation between the Diaspora chapter, the local chapter, and the VDC before we delve into just Molmin kan jube, pour ya understand, you know, san altol lonya, you know, san minketa this Diaspora chapter, and then the local chapter in Sanyang, in correlation with the VDC, pour ya fahamu ya nimbedu na kachato.
Yo, Abaraka Nene, Nkai Mbafolo, thank you very much. So, as the PRO in the diaspora, with the chairman, we work together with SDF here in the Gambia to bring development. So most of our case community, nka mako role sambanang kaje ko sate se mol mako minu sulata. So bar SDF lota kamo minka wolom ko ay transparency sambanang sanyang and in development and in accountability.
Right.
So but we work together with them, SDF and in Sanyang UK Association if I connectale because kujama biye ni afota SDF nka for Sanyang UK Association re kalong. So lafta min fola Sanyang mole and Gambia mole ko SDF in Natalie lota bari mang tara VDC bindi kamfenna inila on agenda lenata kajeko ise kulo no Sanyang mimbe Sanyang molu nafala anin kombo be anin Gambia be ana ise kukeno fana mimba jela konse molu mako minu sulata mako rola Sanyang sansankon yo bari butung SDF nanya Sanyang called Dolnata Miracle eka VDC le against. Beka VDC against the na agenda ming diaspora in Jambia bemo agenda kilingol tiko kajeko nse makoro kenyame na Cairo sambanan Sanyang na development sambanan Sanyang anin Cairo min binara je asina in the right way. Asike silati miya lonko justice betarela jele accountability betara jele satela na fulo min kasoto na do kundi Sanyang sansango fankon. So wolomu SDF nya la connection oti between diaspora and injang. Molu minnu be nye jam fala ninga kodo la nyokan diaspora molle bi jam minnu ko do kondi. So woldung ibela do ko ke kan very well imang ibika bo nyo nya kono jibe e ka tonyale tamande mi ya lonko wolbe Sanyang sambala nyato. Ni momo lafta dunno kono puruka wol ngojindi okay corrupt wolte o tala because wollota tonyala kan e Sanyang na fichole e Sanyang bin dindingol minnu nyanta nala next few generations e wala fichole wala nam pareta ko tonya e tama Sanyang andunga make sure ko feo femi yalon ka be tinyaro sambala nan Sanyang community kono to accept la so nim VDC wali o keta wolto demanding because tol lafta tonyala andu lafta kula mi yalon ko nim bulata noma as Sanyang be nafa ay Gambia be nafa our connection wala be diaspora ding be Sanyang connection o tema minu be Sanyang ani minu be diaspora abe mo kilingol let hanse o fono wolo munde kumati semin fono kuma to min biye chairman wate bijanne ate ay dia jama sura nyanta min fola so se salamu wate financina asi jebo mole nyoto isalon tol dalilo momenti.
Okay.
I love to
okay. So quickly, Saikou, ngaku dantan ne tombong ala ayeming fo. Inasang this SDF anata pour development, anata pour que Sanyang dingol makoy, menol lefta makoy roila pour Sanyang mol la ta, nyato ta. Inasang wole bije. So quickly, ise maybe full saba. Mention no makoiro ming buta this development fund min nata Sanyang as a community or residents of Sanyang pour jubel la fanang yalong.
Okay. Baraka bake nene wo kumayata bake commune PRO baya fo nyami Sanyang Development Fund ala Diaspora chapter inafa follow along the financial muscle wolomina fati itollem chapter nyinti mi alonko eka fond nyina finance be eka kafunyola ka kinanja mako asiata la minketa aning ibe dundi damba min kumayata baka wolom the deep sea port ila intervention in the deep sea port activity the proposed deep sea port mi alonko benga alon no njanne wadi sotota nun Sanyang molbuka sino because Gambia Post Authority nata ibe advertisement wol kala ibe flyer jolo na molla ko dal ko no Sanyang na hafo iba bele tala kabri manokan fo badato kabri woketa mol jahal tabak we need some form of resolution ndol Sanyang call ngafta nyola ngaje ko nga atra Sanyang Development Fund lot about Diaspora chapter malo so that Diaspora chapter formed purposely pour deep sea port min nata pour ka lanyo kan ka government challenge ka je ko
yes lafta poro na ngajia bari ala destruction on nyanta minimize lale. And we can only do that by putting resources together ka lawyer nyini, and that's what we did. So
saying pour batunge kuntoje saying local chapter nung wube nunje
local chapter lotale in July 2024.
Okay.
July 2024 local chapter in lota.
So after le diaspora chapter fana nata
yes.
low.
After
bari
diaspora
ñenul be Sanyang kolem Sanyang dimolem bari minul be diaspora.
The only difference is diaspora chapter are those in the diaspora.
Okay.
The home chapter will be based in home.
But then the interest is aligned.
We have
it's for the same
interest,
purpose.
the same interest, the same everything is the same.
Okay.
In fact, the diaspora chapter, Ndolmang finance section also what we do is when we collect, we send it to the Gambian chapter. So the treasurer, we don't have any treasurer in the diaspora chapter, for instance.
Because the activities among diaspora,
it's not for the diaspora, it's for Sanyang.
Okay.
So when the deep sea port came,
jani meduna deep sea port coming here for nyame nying usube ntol bebe da ko lako waliyo ketale.
Yes.
The among kambe no kola mem munatin na nying isube tamakan hanin kabi. You understand? O nyanta establish la fanam pour molialong.
Yes.
Okay. Bari question o mumunti nying VDC membeje nying waliyo o nying issue, came up more now. Bari VDC member jenung for wali nying issue sotalenung between themselves. Let's say the development fund, nin VDC mall, nin Bulunda mall, nin Council of Elders mall. For wale wobe jelenung for nying problem o kumase tala nying current VDC.
VDC problem or meta jele, but it's more evident now covering SDF nata.
Okay.
VDC problem or benuin jele. But the main people were not very much aware what the VDCs were doing. VDC problem or meta.
Because there was no oversight.
There was no oversight.
Okay.
And there was no kind of association me alonko can hold them to account.
Okay.
So when SDF came, in fact, we started working with VDC, the Bulunda, and everyone started working together because there was a common interest. The common interest is to protect half of Sanyang. So when we started, we started the campaign against the deep sea port on the 14th of December last year. Coming off 14th of December, VDC, SDF, we were working together because the common interest is Kajeko Kasanyan Tankandi. We put the resources together. Diaspora chapter was formed on the 2nd of January 2025. So we collected funds. Then within 2 days, we were able to raise more than 300,000. And then Sifa Mansura, Nyomuto Sifa Mansura. Because there was a common threat. Half of our village was going to go. So we couldn't sit idle and watch. Kabili ngawoke, ngaloyata, lamin jedabo, natal nyentanal numbi, but I sit next to at the Supreme Court. So that's why I came in the PRO. Kabili ngawoke, we are going to get, by diaspora, we want accountability. Manda sila drong, kuol benyami ay tuwa nyama. Ni VDC part dami is when we started asking questions about the funds minka soro sate kono. Yes, we are bringing funds, but we also want to know funds minka soro sate kono ka manage nyadile.
Minka raise locally.
Exactly. So kabering all start kawol questions sol gininka, that's where we have problems with them. And that problem started around April of this year. Since April, we parted with VDC. So, quality nyata waleto. But ayatra, we had an agreement with the Deep Sea Port Co. Half of the village issue your droplet because of our resistance and the campaign, the serious campaign we did. So, between Tujereng and between Sanyang Hauba, the old settlement of Hauba and Tujereng. So, saying Abekela wallet. We agreed verbally. In principle, there's a lot of things many along call for to sort out, like which Kachab of Talaje. But VDC basically need a problem of starter world. They don't want accountability. They don't want any oversight functions. So in Toldum, diaspora, yes, Nanakodo Kafun Kafuneka Sambana, but we also want to know Gach Kamunedi, Akata Muntole, taxis will make a collect Nabada Alto, expert investigation solke, Najeko. close to 1 million every year. But it will last failed AGM, so-called AGM, they only reported 405,000. So where is the 500,000? So we started asking this question, and we are asking them openly, and we are inviting them for questioning. They don't want to take that. No problem. Yeah.
Okay. Nga remember kabring VDC chairman invite yan.
Yeah.
You understand? Pour I respond to Sanyang call fanang in Natalenung. You understand? Interview la yan.
Yeah.
But ate ko specifically ate mam problem soto with diaspora. Bari diaspora laftale pour kate control. Ate comment ko remote control. You understand? Just to paraphrase what he said.
Yeah.
But it's the control that he's rejecting. That's why he is having problems with the diaspora. Him and his executive.
Exactly.
Are you guys for alto lafta ka control lebang pour ka faye ko ibe nyin nekela no ite nyin nekela na ya foko an te be nyin nekela parce que nyin nembe Sanyang kol na fala alto ka faye no andum ay campaign long launch against. Is that true?
Far from it, Nene. I'll give you a very good example. Now, first question to them was Gach, for instance. Being a mining in Sanyang, the Republic newspaper made a very, very good report on Gach, the minings around Sanyang. Me along mobile is evident. So, the question so may ask, Volumentico, Gach Kamindi Sartela is too small. And we need 3 things from Gach. So no recommendations so we just propose recommendations to the VDC. Kachandiko, look, there are a lot of things me and Uncle you could do and you are not doing. So these are these proposals, and we send it to them to say, look, we think there are 18 points in total. We said, look at these 18 points. We want you to look at this and say, now you introduce by the Sanyang resources. That's where they are interpreting as control. We never control anything because I am not interested. I've been in the UK, London to be specific, for more than 20 years. I don't want to become a VDC chairperson. It doesn't even make sense. I don't want to. I'm not interested. But what we are interested in is resources Minkaso Sanyang belongs to Sanyang, including all of us. That was where it was going, and we want to close those loopholes. Those are the proposals we gave them. I think I will interpret as control. They're not control. We gave them proposals, and among those proposals was, look, go into agreement with Gach, make sure money doesn't change hands, payment system when people pay, it goes to the bank. Bank consider it into the bank. Why you, for instance, the 3 million they paid in cash. In this day and age, in the 21st century, $3 million in cash. You have an account. Why? So
exactly.
So those are the things I'm going to propose. I think I will interpret as control. It's not control, definitely. It's just common sense. We are just reminding of common sense.
So because I was going to come to that 3 million lease of that property, but since you mentioned it, let's delve into it because kabring anatajan, you understand? Because that was information we got, right? And we also understand that was nyining karol kita ila AGM, you understand? Wo kodo tata dame puriyatandi. Andung Sanyang mul fanang nyining karo kele because iko ye spreadsheet le nati. Because I won nati yang. Amanke bank statement.
Exactly.
And then amanke audited account from an independent auditor. I wole nati. But atel sita yang ako ye audit leke. You understand? And then covering audit yeke I will spreadsheet le nati. Excel spreadsheet for tandi kodo nying and then what 3 million is reflected on that spreadsheet.
Yes.
But that was after the AGM. So I mean, I'm a finance person.
Exactly.
You know, so I was the one asking those questions apparently. So I said, okay, I mean, anybody, more saying okay, even 5-year-old,
Yeah.
you understand, can do, because now we're in the age of technology.
Exactly.
Ntol kabrim betala school, 5 year, man computer long,
That's true.
man laptop
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
But it's sanyan tung, ntol la dindingo, 5 year,
Yeah.
ye telephone soto, ye
Yeah.
tablet
Yeah.
soto,
Yeah.
ye computer soto.
Yeah.
So Excel, Word, PowerPoint, dindingol ye word
Yeah,
fahamule.
exactly.
You understand? Pour ka fo ye ko nying tabulate, ye total kenyeje, mo be sa keno.
Mo be sa
But
keno.
something like this, we expect ko ibe finance bank statement natila. Niba bank statement nati from bank for but ni audited account nati because wol be bank statement o jubela
Exactly.
andong ye audit ke. So ni audited account nati then mol be wotala. Bari among wo nati. Bari ako audit ketale yenatan andong mol be wole nyinen kale no wo 3 million. How did they come to leasing that property for 3 million?
Yeah.
For I think 25 years?
25 years.
For 25 years.
25
and when
years.
we did the calculation here, you know, it was very meager.
It was $10,000 per month.
Per month.
Yeah.
You know, and then, okay, the other thing also, nga minginin ka, landing, ala dimension.
Yeah.
Ako abe won fula nyato, uwo mantara abulu, wo wato.
Yeah.
So aba nate la, bari ayalong ko lano nying, awaratali.
In fact, we'll help you with that dimensions because I used to work for physical planning before I traveled to the UK. So once they measured the total square meters, we are able to know the actual dimensions. The total square meters is about 14,300. So Neo Jube is about 140 meters or 142 meters by 100 meters. It's a vast land. It's very, very big. The reason why Malafika Keje, it was deliberate because small batan ila fenko le tandila kasandila ko look at be sinola. How can you rent that vast land for 3 million for 25 years for 10,000 per month when ordinary shops in Sanyang 5 meters by 10 meters you can have more than 10,000 per month ordinary shops. So if we were to if we were to do the maths no dimension on 142 meters what about it by 100 meters we can have 284 shops measuring 5 times 10 meters. Okay, that can give us a minimum of 1.4 million per month. Now they approach people to help them. It's not rocket science. It's very, very easy to do. But you just need to involve people who know how to do it. We can help you. But that's why our expertise is sort of. I mean, local expertise for Nambidian, Ninga be Kafunyola, near more approach, more be Marco in Ola. And why going for 25 years when you can go for shorter terms? 2 years, 1 year, 12 months, 3 years. And then renewable as well. You can put clauses there that are renewable. If it's not favorable to you, you just withdraw.
Yeah.
So things like that are just evident. So these are the things we've been talking about, and that's where control syndrome comes from.
So I want to say about the control side.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dalom chairman of VDC mantling because nimu chairman oti ila meeting any development kana inyanta open to the people, make them to understand this is what is coming. So but in kolola site nada it is over receive inyanta kela weekly report leti or monthly report katandi ko ngani amount to receive ni section auto ngani amount to receive sa nyi kodo nyi mimbulu akanyanta nyinefe nyanta nga safe bank. But ite man lafi moya alon fa minkana, iman lafi moya alon minka funti, iman lafi moya alon kodo ka kenyame. That means ite man le fangola. So kavagon tolke control, tolte control. I told me fansun ke ballet. Tolbe janale we are working very hard to make sure ko nyanta minke la ngake. But nin kodo nata jang, akadunta ma nyanta dunna. But it all come in sort of jang, we don't know where it's going. So ninge ninga wole manyana kamfala wala. Come out to us, explain. Nintemo mba fulale ko ninga 10,000 le receive jamba fule ko nga 10,000 receive ni supporto kodo fel bari kodo be nyanta funti la o receipt le funti safe dawda o receipt nyanta funti la but there is no receipt ne nyini kadro ye kamfa so that's where they think ko ndolbe control kande o bank right tolte control la. So
still to this control and then kodol minka receive VDC ye account sotole for account sotole.
Well ikoy account sotole. But in itole wole for the nte mala nene mela account bari nka mole ni be diamola e ka fo account so le AGM o e wolfo e ko account so e pe figol bond min ya lon ko e man talit with whatever is going on so ndol nga lon ko e ka diamola ni account bebul bring the bank statement to the public.
Yeah, so you've never, I'll call bank statement,
We've not been served.
And going forward, I interfere accused Jeleto Ko, na Sanyang na community landless wafu, Sarjo Fofana.
Yes, I
I'm very ready to clear that today because Ntenga Lonko, I mean for woman soto. Nte Sanyang dingoleti, nte Sanyang kol sunyala, nte dula tala miyala manken 30, and nte kukela Sanyang miyalon sen kungo jimi. No, because ntolbe Sanyang na nyato tale noma. Ntolte kela motumini yalon kumbe kuria kela afterwards gana funti molga. That's not possible. I have all my authentic documents here, bimba tandilala, and numba tulal buluka deko. I have this property in the right way, amanke tapale ya fanti. Everything is clean and clear. I tell another giant accused. They don't batandil la ko me accused is wrongly accused. So unte be feo fenkel ante nyanta wo kelal. Bari wo be mi atin nanka mim fo wolum ko alkana sate kododom al sate kodoma balka haramol dom ka diamol min ko foru moto wala nay nata yo arrangement no make pour kanto dol ka accused amanta dama accused ay nyim fana accused ay mo jama accused so nga moy ka fay ko ite be rono ibata media household de be mol accused be evidence soto. I had that from when you were speaking with him, which was correct. It a bit of media house. Il evidence bondi. Ni agente nata jam bi pour kana evidence bondi left from Klela Gambia bail to Dunia bail to ko. A deformation of character in Kenya. Am I right? And I have the documents to show that. So you know that man pare moye money e diamo because ika ko minke imala fi moya long. And no sate because not develop onyama. So mbe platform de la chairman la continue ni la sulata na kaito la bebe bondila exhibit
gene ko ni rek
specifically you know because ngari me ko ayeto mention le dula dole wafi ina san atel itol ye wol be lonne ina san bari specifically I asked but why are you not doing anything about it? Monate na alman kuke wote because nalia lonko nene mu Sanyang tingoleti ay nyin dula le wafi andi nyun dula Sanyang mo letamu VDC letamu ay nyanta Sanyang be benefit la bari nene yata aya wafu foko do nata VDC ako hane so altol aliye muneke alman nyan na wo and woman nyan na kela excuse ka foko walati na altol fanangi wo property lease
Exactly.
and nga moy bojaya nyin ka foko ni Sarjo Fofana kay ko fabe community abe fenkel VDC la ba kay halin tenen man VDC doko so sate la fengo ni man tara VDC sate tamo minti tebe wafla do nyaade la how is that possible what is possible la no because ni be VDC sa foko ha sate mo la bla wafol ndanga nyi so do VDC fango mon soto Sanyang 1995 nga so 93 so 95 lenga kaytol beda da what VDC to Sanyang.
Interesting.
So, yeah, interesting. I have the documents.
But still in this on this property, the 3 million lease property, has it been developed by the people that have leased it?
Not yet, and I don't think they will develop it. Because war sales nimbari vokla.
Okay.
It's not in the best interest of the people of Sanyang.
Okay.
And we made that loud and clear. Ninga molje jembasa ndile ko VDC miya dila itante satele tam and the terms entertainment na is not in the best interest of people of Sanyang, and that's one of the reasons.
Terms, there must be a contract.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'll tell for aliyo contract jeleba.
No, the only one document ngaminje wolum safe way kaito means sign. I asked them.
Yeah.
But interestingly, Nene, even the alcalde of Sanyang is not aware.
But for alcalde man stamp sort of burka cool stamp.
Alcalde was stamp. No. He is not aware.
So alcalde stamp is not on it.
Alcalde stamp is not on it. Only the Saikou stamp is on it.
But how was the Saikou so that without the alcalde stamping that this is the right thing?
Exactly. That's what
when the alcalde should have been the first point of contact.
Yeah, I think there is a process because
the local
and.
Exactly.
Saying the most important, alkalo, not the most important, but one of the most important woman taraji. So an alkalo fanang fo altolia miracle alkalo ma long because ala stamp tije for alkalo fang ya foko ntema ma long.
At their so-called AGM, alkalo made it explicitly clear aya fojele senator dunia beya moy ko he was not consulted ama stamp ama kalamuta andung ala mama beje.
You only say for last time.
And funny enough, Alcalo's name was mentioned on that document, but he made it very clear that Kununi Alcalo Diamutale, as the chairperson of the Diaspora, SDF Diaspora chapter, he told me clearly he is not involved with Kalamata. But Amanda Wala, I'm not going to stop there. The AGMO, if they give me the floor as the Alcalo, I'm going to say it loud and clear, and that's what he did. Yeah, I work as Senate. And not only that, kabring a petition for American Air Council, kabring nata bemolni in Kakang, they had a forum with Alcalo and Blunda people. And what forum of Alcalo used that opportunity Katandiko, because this 3 million is one of the issues why we are petitioning them, because they are not acting in the best interest of the people of Sanyang. So Alcalo are for Fanantoloko, 3 million on Yingama Kalamuta Adatiji. Aman Fen Kalamuta Jelani.
So what happened with that petition? Yeah, we discussed it.
Exactly. So ngana wo petition because ngaje ko kabering nga wo programo soto jang mo natale nung from Birkama area council. Aka do kuje. Exactly. So exactly. So nganye ninka atefanan diamuta wo petition kola. You understand? But it's been 5 months, 6 months.
6 months now.
Kabring wo petition o kita Birkama area council. Se diamu noje wo petition o to. Aketa nyadi. Ali response tole what happened?
Nene, we sent the official petition on the 15th of July 2025 to become a year council. A very detailed petition. Me alonko. Each section naming four have been accompanied by evidences. Like USB flash or the ka be dealer. 15th of July 2025, Mandawala. On the 28th of July, we sent the first addendum.
Yeah,
because we had.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was after their AGM. We had other things that came up. We wanted to add those ones as well on the 28th of July. Non-stop Wofanana. On the 12th of August, we sent another one. All of these have been supported by evidences. On the same 12th August, we also sent another letter. Nunubeka addressed the chairperson of the Kamaya Council. The fourth one we sent on the 12th of August was a letter to the council of Gunju Ward.
I saw a letter for recusal.
I form a committee CJ because we think he is supporting the VDC and
okay.
But for some reason he is not the councillor of Sanyang Ward. But at the subcommittee
within the council.
Yes, that is sitting at our petition. Petition will decide. But in evidence also he is supporting the VDC. Okay, so we thought he is conflicted. So that's why we want him to recuse himself. But up to date, we have not even an acknowledgement to any of these letters. Not even an official acknowledgement from Bikama Air Council. Had acknowledgement from ma sote bulu, man determination soto, ma any formal response soto. All we hear is off the records. Chairman Otamatale, na nata, ma fenkelale, atamatale natale, committee yin sit tale. It's all of them are just unofficial.
And if we were not invited?
We were invited. All be invite.
Consultations.
The first thing they did was to invite us to speak about the petition. We did that. In other words, technical advisory committee. Many along like a VDC oversight committee.
That's the TAC.
Tagni akaya minu janjang boto kaya wolfana janjana including Dipsy Port. So what Tagni become Air Council wolfana interview. inata wol fana njele wol fana yela position o tandila imanda wole alkalo fana jande bulu. So they need all their investigations. Yela reports will be nyanta parallel by now. 6 months we think is just too much. It's more than enough time to make a decision. So we want to know what is happening. Why the silence? Anu history ay tande nako momi boro sendi momi noto. Kabika wol bondi wol man tami 1 2 weeks. The same Birkama Area Council will facilitate. You will bond very quickly.
Okay, I remember Kabiring Anata Jang Ayawo call Satajang. Ko Birkama Area Council interventa, you know, issue to, and then you will bondi, then election kita, Wotumole, itol nata.
Yeah, we'll talk about that election because election monkey, to be honest, Birkama Area Council,
well, maybe I'm missing something.
No, you're not missing. That's how they said it. That's how they said it. Yeah. The reason why I'm saying, Boto ol nanya, Kabirikana, Council Ning, I've got a section of the Local Government Act here. Ayene Tandiko, two-third of the committee members, Walenyanta, chairman of Selekla. Pura confirm. By 24 Kabilos Lebesanya. So that is 48. Two-thirds of 48 is 32 members. But only 14 members they select. So in fact, when they were coming, the whole process was deeply flawed. It was illegal. Because instead of 32 people, only 14 people selected them. Because that was what Monchal Jiba Atele Ofana oversee. He was part of it, Kabirikana. And he's the same person trying to protect them all along. That's why we sent that letter, because we saw it coming. He was deeply involved. Kabiri Natapuka installed Sanyang Kolkang. Sonko Katajele Nyosabok. Sanyang people told them, we are not ready. We have to nyanta consultation or kelale na jubiko sign in normal bondita. We need to know munebekeri. But no. They are not taking no for an answer. Then they use Sambana. Now they came in, Puruke Bondi, they're dragging their feet. We just want to know why.
Okay, nga kala mutale ko nying lungol min tambita aliye follow up letter.
Exactly.
Safele Birkama Area Council. That letter aliya sambale.
The letter was submitted personally. We went with him to hand deliver them at Birkama Area Council.
For aliya acknowledgement of receipt sotale.
No. When we went there, I think it was 2-3 days ago. 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
We went there. Iko chairman of a toll. So
Bari secretary TJ for clerk TJ.
Indirect secretary na diala na tandela. So we even asked for medicines of confinement na kwenye no wobuka ke just na will make so that's how they do it, procedure. We went to the commissioner's office and the governor's office to drop off a copy. It's very similar. Often secretary layer tambulu ko about that's how they do it. So
okay.
We also drop another one for the CEO. So basically all the ones around Birkama maybe drop
Next time, just a tip. You do a copy of the letter, and whoever receives it will sign on your own copy as the person that have received it, name, date, and signature of the person that received it.
Yeah.
That's also a way that you can do it to have your own acknowledgement that I have submitted it, and Bojang is the one that have received it.
Yeah, we tried that, but they were not.
Free consultation, but yeah, next time you have to pay for that. You have to pay for that. Interesting. So saying, nying petition, let's talk about it. What I'll tell be mune nying kala nying petition. I'll after Birkama Area Council ye muneke.
Birkama Area Council lafta minke soniata nene. Local Government Act le Birkama Area Council empower ka jibeko ka tandiko silo dila section 96 subsection 1 wale empower ka tandiko a council may dissolve a BDC if it's not acting in the best interest of the people so ntolunga jeko na more than enough evidence le soto me ya long dalilol mi atinna council nyanta o section 96 subsection 1 invoke la can you dissolve so wale atinna ntolbe oda manyini kan we just want council to dissolve them completely malla fika foko e kari bondi they failed the people of Sanyang and reason sol mi ati nange bo nyini kam pour dissolve asiata bakale. This 3 million is one of them, but not just the 3 million. So many of them. The juvenile fish saga. VDC yalon fish milo bembulle.
Ha.
Anumbe kamelo office milo ko akadula sunkandele you'll hear that all the time. Amanna faso to itole fanka fonto la amanna faso dula be ka sunkanne nangam na, but nene there's a dark wall around that fish meal. Juvenile fish me along international law be a ban le ko amanya na mutala nye merengol demandi mal merengol. Wolle kamuta VDC ika kuluntiol kadi VDC la VDC kata of the same fish bill ya ni a wafije akodo katela jibol kon.
Ma fahamude
let me come again.
Yes.
Yalon fish I dingol sotole fenkol. So coming jalol
I think that's why there are specification in terms of the nets.
The nets. So
okay.
Some nets are illegal because ika nyemerangole they call them juvenile fish.
So it all ka wo net le use.
Nyinu ka wala use because woka nye jamale muta buka differentiate. You understand? So ni o nye jama muta the waramali ka wol bondi jele. But nyin mesemal they are illegal pour fish milo yeta. So fish milo buke yeta directly. So instead VDC le kataje ka wol collect. So VDC na will be collect fab payata ay na murung ay wa fish bilo ya. So now instead of kulunti ole ya fish bilo ya, now VDC take those ones. Katandiko okay, ngal mutale. This kind of this is not allowed. Almanya ni mutala. So they seize it from them. Exactly. So they seize the juvenile fish from the fishermen. They seize the juvenile fish from the fishermen. In turn, sell it to the same fish meal. So proceeds ni akatela personal bank accounts la nila jibol kona. Minimum, if the fish meal operates, minimum it comes to daily is $25,000. Minimum.
Daily.
So na investigation olke we even fish meal onye mako back because we went there as part of our investigation put in petition on and we also spoke to a lot of people. Evidence all finance physical evidence me along kodol ta receive ya sign VDC including ate boto ala treasurer. In fact there's an audio me along kate for confirm ko juvenile fish la kodol proceeds ni some of them will go to ala treasurer ala personal bank account. We have that audio. Last home chapter kabri apiata jang they spoke about that audio. That audio is there, and we included it as part of our evidences. So, wo kodonyi, wo bukata fish meal otode, but wo kare tola lejibo kono. So now, ya sisi ko amanya na juvenile fish mutala, ya wafi, kodo bukata sate kono, fo lejibo kono. So iba fola sungamo da male bije ya rafang. Kabin tolnga calculate kabin tola siwato anensa is more than 10 million. It's about 11 point something million dollars. Me along wole realize the word la and na evidence also because some days from ika talanyo tema droye janjang dol ka fuko fire service membije wol fana ka do mandindi lale aning fenko atodum fisheries department min fana bije wol fana ka do mandi ba VDC la ka coordinate nak the bulk of the money min ka VDC bul a minimum of 25,000 daily but nga del fongo je me along as part of our investigations sometimes 125,000 one day. Yes. So there's variation 25,000. What minimum let? There's 35,000, 45,000, 75. But there was a day me along 125,000 will found realized again.
VDC affairs is lucrative.
Yes. So in addition to
them the village you nek ay chairman ay secretary ay treasurer MC ñu nek ci town bi fini rek di joxe rek duñ am MC yo tam nañ jegen ci village nañu bokk ci affaire yi.
So not only that nene the other issues we raised as part of our petition is there's a place in Sanyang called the Eco Lodge.
Yes.
You will hear that as well.
Yes.
It's part of our petition. Ecology, Spanish all lebije me along they are friends of Sanyang. Ika kata Sanyang back. Every year can around January. Ika nyim free medical care di mola.
Yeah.
Right.
Na one of our members wall of friends olmu nyimbe sirin janate. Wall of friends olmu. So they come every year and inata je ko okay ndol kana luwo sawo sang janim bita dula luwasla na dula nyini jamba mi alon ko we can build it nin nata once a year is a stage okay ha so inin sate agreement osoto ko ibe dula min bill la badato dula nyi sate dula dila so because sate dula dila ila proceeds nyi ye agree to ka 60-40 let 60 for the investors and 40% for the villagers. But the Kabiri Atenata, Kabiri told the VDC the same chairman of VDC, Boto, Atia found install World Lale as the manager. So I manage a mintraja or bundle. You understand? So I found install World Lale as the manager.
I do Hulal be bundle.
I do Hulal be bundle. Atia found some Samananje family members. Well, let's see it. So Kabiri Nachojo Kuma Sai Ngaji, I model Nati Minimum family members, about 2-3 people. Me, I don't know they are not family members. But principally, about 5 family members. I was a manager. So it was like a family property. But the main problem what you want, all on Yintiko. Ntolnga na expert analysis ke na expert solfenke investigation okay iko blanyanta minimum of $3 million realized because jesol ka tujele watu ado badala to bali up to now kabri in July 2023 it will tataje at manager for now then not a penny was accounted for at that place. Not a single penny is accounted for. In fact,
prior to Atebenalaje, do you have four allié evidence to min realized aje janning Atebenalaje?
Prior to Atebenalaje, min benunje wire SDF man. So mang any more information sort of time. But we only want to concentrate on the period SDF came into existence. Because that is fair. That is fair. Because imam investigate purka of obina kala here sell it. And we don't want that. Because nakul be facts and policies like you understand. But kabitul nataje ayatra SDF fanam formta. So kabitul naji anin sign ngawole long ko penny realized here, and this was the agreement. So sign
and it's functional.
Yeah.
It is fully functional. It's fully functional. And we had the opportunity as part of our investigations, what investors, we met them. All of them. We met them. You understand? We met them. Han kabin be Diaspora. We met because Bolben Colombian they are fluent in Spanish and all that. So as part of our investigations, we got documents from them to confirm this was what they spent, blah blah. This was the agreement. But Nene, they were just crying. They were physically crying because not a single penny was realized. And then you boy in car, I threaten car for you, and I think about blind from what but they just threaten because they are foreigners. It's very sad.
Or to threaten the
investors.
So even the investors themselves are saying they did not realize anything.
Not a single penny. Certain man fair realize, investor man fair realize.
Because we had a meeting with them
the place
last
is running,
week.
it's functional.
They didn't realize nothing.
You guys had a meeting with them?
With
Yes.
them. The other one was even crying.
Yeah.
Because he has so feel bad about Botogay. So there's nothing that they can do.
So
I
we
can't
want to
account dealer at the field dealer.
What 3 million wale? Minimum of 3 million at least. Expert report already na ko be stock was a stone jail.
That's best of judgment.
Exactly. And you need attend na ko itol for ni na ataje. Even though they are the investors,
They pay.
they pay to drink, they pay to stay there, the food and everything they pay for it. Honey sita je for you they pay. Yet there is no account. Ya nyininka account or ni nyininka sawasan account ola aka fo yamba dila account je. Mama account wol maje sate maje. All status quo to continue ola. So these are the things.
And this were all part of the petition.
Yes.
But then why has it taken this long?
That's what we are thinking.
If what you people are saying is what we have happening, I think Bukama should have acted faster than we have seen.
That's what we expect. But then still now.
Because I mean, best standard is where a situation that will cause financial loss you know, it's a matter of urgency to ensure that you stop.
Yeah, maybe even if they had not removed Boto, they could have come up with an alternative of changing hands of management tentatively while they investigate Boto and so that to protect, you know, the sustainability of this investment, because this also is going to scare some investors.
I think the shareholders have decided that now they want to employ a new manager. Last time we met them, we have that discussions. They want to employ a new manager to stop him completely from going there. That's what
But
they
now,
decided.
like you said, you know, this threats that they are receiving of, like, if you take me out, you know, we'll make sure we send you away, or you don't have access or stuff like that. How would that be dealt with?
What he is doing from we are long covering deep sea ports and Nyindula Pulka space dealer. It all moving jele edulado dealer to include that ecology. Because kabina focus kita can put into as part of the petition, saying ate ye berola dami, laying of the foundation stone kedami. Saying if they were to go by that, the ecology is going to go into the ports. So what we plan what so that accountability in and we are aware of that. Because Ndolga Dam in Dila, Nita and Agrita, Commissioner was there, all of them, all of us in a lawyer BJ, was after the Scan Gambia. You would remember Scan Gambia in the 80s.
So in terms of that, I have done a little bit of findings to ask, you know, because at the time he came here, a resolution has not been reached yet. There was still this issue of ntol albake la jang no mbake la jang ntol man la fi jan ntol la fi ta janala whatever, that was still on the table. But eventually, you know, ye ñomoy abe kala damento ports ñing I agrita Sanyang koli ye dulaming dila. Bari also nga understand ko the foundation stone laying a kita dula dolute. Right? But kabring questional as iko amanke ko ibe doku kelaje or ports be rich lade, you know, abedanaje, but because the other place among accessible for nying ceremony, nying foundation stone laying. So allegedly it's just a tentative thing for the ceremony, but the actual work will be killer Sanyang Kolye Dulaming Dilela. I'll tell you what Jenyadi.
And then that is very misleading because memo Wodula yajale many meeting organized. They have every resources. He left a meeting killer Dawada Bekenola jail. He left a meeting killer Dawada or Badala at Bekenola jail.
Oh, I agree. When they took my property, it was all bushy and everything else. They took my sand, my gravel, na pelo, na puspuso, ye jula be clear, layer level. Covering inyanta foundation stone. So I agree that it doesn't matter if it's suspension in the air.
They will.
If they want to do it, they will do the needful to do it there.
What happened was, when we gave them that place, you know, there was a period where Boto announced quite deep sea port tax force being dissolved.
Yes,
so during that period, it was enacted in VDC the Malaka Diam. And Wawatol Konole, they inata visits la me along ko mam mol inform deep sea port tax force led by Dr. Sanyang will mantaje. So they went there and Janin Foundation Lane Bekela inatale. They went there and they identified this place to include the ecology. So coming Adam in Dila is 5.5 times the size of Banjul ports in terms of Alawaro. That is more than enough. But say it will mean lack and kotenke kabo near kumas it will academic sign kata including the ecology. Oh, asia battle. That's going to take us about 8.5 times the size of Banjul ports. What for? Banjul ports is 23 hectares. We gave it 127 hectares. 127 hectares. That is more than enough if you just want a port. But we know they don't just want a port, Nene. What they want is to
tell us, what do they want?
They want to take our properties for mining and housing. That's all. Those are things me along even in cool kono.
Huh.
Yes. And we know we are not going to agree that because, yes, ports is a public benefit. It's a more land tanole, we ports loje, yes, school loje, we know that. And the legal counsel ya woko indi nale. But even that you have to minimize the risk. Wala nakabiko be sate half or tal, no, there's a vast land there, me alonko is empty, you need to go there. And that makes sense because you need to minimize the risk. It's a more land tanole, but it got to make sense. It got to make sense. On you has sambalana molkan if there's another option. So that other option all on this empty this vast land. But the company will detail for they want other things. They want the minings, they want the housing schemes. That's not for the public benefit. You cannot take my land and give it to Mr. Bojang for his personal investment. It's wrong. And we are standing by to say it's wrong. This is the problem. This is the issue we have with the ports.
So, Amanke, okay, issue of the ports. Have you guys seen, because Kabiringa Nata Jang Fanang, questions were asked in terms of the design, the plan, you know, but ateko, wasotota, bari imadile la wato.
Nene, before we go into deep sea port, after drone coming, na petition waya longa three things they mentioned here. One of the so the 3 million land, the eco lodge, the juvenile fish, nga obe mentioned. But not only that, revenue min fanka collect badato. Abuka funti sateka. So badato mol mimije jalol, jalatiol, Senegal, all the stores mimije.
Manem jalati.
Jalo Bali.
Ah, okay.
Nets, the fishing nets.
Okay.
Ika mabo daming, all beka jole.
Okay.
So neo income obejibe and told me expert knowledge me because we got documents from them coveredly. Katandi ko nying dulaka luas nyinala per month. So kabidinga calculate it gave us about 906 something thousand. But it will let me report
per year, per month.
Per year.
Okay.
It will me report was just 400,000. So where is the 500,000? So that's another issue that we are also chasing.
Sanyang villages, the money even mean report can always 500 is missing. 500 is missing. After 500 are you paying attention? I'm like,
yes.
500 can missing. 500. Yeah. Always there is a shortfall of 500.
Yeah. Not only that, the illegal sand mining. The illegal sand mining, VDC has always been involved in that. Sutu ole kata ke kenyol bi ntol mbe dam mbe sila limbake because nkanyi kabin nata tata tamantan bado nka work for health care every Sunday so na juno kata tamola puru jata kende. We went there and kenyol je be bi kan newly Mr. Bojang ning kenyo danta ol mintu je sa ni ol bondi je sa te sa flood no. So the environmental impact asiata bakel. But nyim VDC the same boto investigation okay no for a recommendation okay because 6 of them should be expelled from the VDC. But what 6 will kono become a area council with the assistance of Monchar Jiba. I told more 3 tombonja a bondi was 6 accused kono. Ke told steady kana install ka ke VDC chairperson. But what bero Kenyol Fanana Karola up to about $1 million is investigation okay le mobi jemi alon ka investigation okay security officer alon basiri jabanga atebe tagle. So it will Malton wall investigation okay and he stood publicly at SDF previous meeting katandiko investigational minke about all complicity nyami wo Kenya cool kono kakodo ta ka talanyo tema sutu le katane molela e kenyol bi
for Asekoi was 6
yes.
Jumale investigate Birkama area council
tagle investigate but become a council for a dad to investigate them. But by another moneke, a recommendation okay wrong instead of the 6, all the 6 were accused quite to Lebe Kenya Biola, including because Bodo was the Secretary General to the then VDC. So they were all accused, including the former VDC chairperson. So a chairperson no bondi and 2 other people, a all bondi. Work at 3, but more 6 obey. You need investigation. I will find, but they are wanting, including Bodo and the current treasurer. You understand?
So Mbalo is not a genius. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Mbalo is not a genius.
Yeah.
So yes, you can get some, but we can still retain some that
Exactly.
and then they will continue to protect and whatever.
That's what happened. That's
Interesting.
what happened.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Still waiting for
still
a
waiting
response
and waiting
from
and waiting
the
for
Brikama
a
Area
response from
Council.
the Brikama Area Council.
But while you wait, the same people that the petition is against are still the same people running the affairs.
They're still running
of
the affairs,
the
milking the
VDC.
system.
The system still continues.
They're still milking the system. Kodobe pusu pasarla, abe tinyala, abe nala, abe momala, abe nyami. And the Brikama Area Council is just quiet. Okay, excuse me, now long chairperson or tamatale and nte mawota because chairperson tamata nyaw nyaning yankuba tamata Brikama Area Council does not grant a
close shop.
Ika mola namo kanin hani yankuba tije. Mol kela red soul jole hani yankuba tije. So the office is still running without him. So money atin nantola decision no. Every time he come in for you, and these are off the records, nothing written. So off the records, they will tell, oh, chairman or tamatale, atala chainale, abe fenkole, abe tuole kono na paleta na nata, nothing. Still now, nothing. We want to know. That's why.
So meaning they did not acknowledge the visit of.
Not even any official acknowledgement at all. Man, any letters sort of become whatsoever.
Also, don't forget about the ambulance because hospital or ambulance will often.
Yes. As part of the things we are complaining about in the petition, ambulance of the same Spanish people lay more donate ya foko idamali awafi nyoya. It all VDC kilometer idamali awafi nyoya ambulance when you wafi nyoya.
So ya wafi ambulance of sang abe minto.
So sate $4 sang. Sate mo soto o ambulance soto.
Anaman kodo soto fana.
Momang kodo nyinje.
Say ambulance o tata.
Ambulance o tata.
Amanke lopitano.
Ana te lopitano.
It's gone now.
O ambulance o mantra lopitano. And the Spanish also confirmed that imang ambulance o nyinje when we met them. Because we met them just about 1 week ago.
Before I move to my people, let's talk about the accusations.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Against you.
Yeah, this time. Then
did you sell a land that belongs to the VDC?
I never sell a land that belongs to VDC. This land I purchased it on the 8th of June 1993 with my European friend. We wanted to build a residence there. So Kabiring Asang, I told the effort to make sure that I secure. So ngabe fence lengabang. Babu ayala ning kembo yofanam be utuje, but still I have the dimension. So Kabiring woketa, ndata na dulani kaitol beda rebebe mbulu. So mba batu kamfonya to onse development keno. So awaratale so mano nada fanya ko sidula do kunduno ya wafu. So nga kundunga wafu watefa ngoni wokodo tatal. So but still dula ntolle tam. So kabiringa dula tang enyin kaito le dinna. Ibaji bela transfer bije all the documents are authentic. O satandela ko satela dulanta nyindi dula mapo malane aje be 20 by 30 e already satela but wo bijele because wo is there. You know? Mapo balaji be bajele 20 by 30 wo windmill ole loje so ko mu sate talti so mapo e wo divert le. You know? Yeah.
But I mean, even though it's at a time Ayafo, you know, it was an allegation. Because among evidence bundiko sate letamu andung ite ya wafi. Ite fanang allegation among evidence bundiko sate letamu ite ya wafi andung kodo manta VDC or sate molto. In a sense. So basically it was his words against because at the time you guys had not come here.
Jeta mante allege ko nga eni wafi akonte muluntangoles.
Yeah, exactly.
You are akonte fana muluntangolet. Bo fana bije. So at the same time, nyimu different person of character because enten in the family law. And I know many people in the world. Dol can call from US, Kafunyanga mimmo edungole bije. They all know ko woman can tell her habit. Mimman can tate have nothing to do with it. But anything that is mine, nga make sure nka control. so ate ni nata jande because amon kuma suda ba min volunteer because nte kam min for forum wala na ni idea nata jang so ngaje ko deformation of character is very important pour nte ngana jang ngam fo clear dunia be alonko nte man ko ke me alonko go against Sanyang pour saje wonya mangana documents so nge tandila then say to ibulu fam you have them because I have copies. So wala nata be to make sure that ko ndenga clear mobe yalon konte nye min fonte accuse le so nte fanambe minkela woto ni moy deformation of character ke there are ways to follow so nte fanambe wala follow up la yeah
interesting MC fana yang fi won bi both sides ñu won fini ñu am len you know ku ci nekka you know wax nga lo xamne makes you look good and more la favor you know and VDC chairman bi tamit ñëwoon na fi moom tamit mu wax moom tamit lim li ak lim wax ne moom amut problème mu ngi liggéey waaye development fund bi Sanyang development fund bi ay UK chapter bi because of ñu ngi Europe dañ leen bëgg a contrôle loolu moo nekk problème bi ten lim fi wax tamit ne village bi yëpp ñu ngi ci gannaawam Bulunda bi ñu ngi ci gannaawam Council of Elders ñu ci gannaawam ànd na ñoom moom ba demoon naa ma laajte question boobu noonu si seen AGM bi remember naa mu ngi demoon ba bugg a hitet then there was am na góor bu jógoon di wax ne duñ laajte bañ question yëpp was gonna come to an end like halt or whatever after ñu end affaire bi man loolu daf ma jaaxaloon because AGM la moo nekk place boo xam ne ku ci nekk sa xalaat ak sa ñaxtu ak yooyu noonu foofu ngeen ko war a waxee pour seet naka ngeen di jëlee loolu ngeen defaraat ko pour jëm kanami askan wi yëpp waaye bii wax bi commencé laaj tey commencé you know financial statement audited statement then ñu jóg ñu stop affaire bi meeting bi foofu noonu yëpp understand nga and MC fana yow mën ngaa fàttali ko meeting boobu noonu dégg nga Sarjo ak Saikou liñ fi wax lan mooy sa gis-gis si loolu
jërëjëf Néné fana suma gis-gis si oncle Sarjo ak Saikou ñu ngi la ñu gërëm bu baax lii mooy dialogue because nit su ñëwee wax dara lu nga xam ne ñu yéen daf leen offen wala demeewul noonu leeral il faut nga ñëw leeral waaye foog naa kay ku déglu seen saal bi tam dina am ku gëmoon démb tey dina xaw am wéccu tuuti because tey leen fi gars yi wax yëpp ay facts la because di moo ne pétition da nga ko submit to the council foog naa jëna léegi almost 6 months council bi foog naa within 6 months war naa mën a génne standam wata egga 3 months sax because dafa am committee bu nga xam ne da nga dee am oversight functions mooy comme committee yi nga xam ne like land fanaa KMC ni nga am loolu ni nga am environment committee mu nga xam ne loolu mayor bi sax bokkul ci committee bi but the environment committee dafa am chairman councilors ak technicians yi ne fa de nekka you have the CEO ak some officers of the council ñoo fa nekka ñoom from there whatever they are decision di nga koy wut to the general body mooy general council su amee ñun at the council level KMC noonu lañ koy defee su ñëwee si council level bi ñu waxtaan the chairman of the environment committee or any committee mu ñëw su ñëwee wan ni lii mooy suñu decision at the committee level def nañ suñ oversight function gis nañ ne side bi ñoo fault lii mooy suñu decision so council vote
make recommendation
ñu vote all the councillors nga xam ne di elected councillors ñoo dee vote normally councillors don't have the voting right but elected councillors suñu voté ñu pass resolution immediate resolution bi pass na rek dañ ko war a implement at KMC I don't know other council wala KMC noonu lañ ko defee waaw loolu day jël loolu within 4 weeks sax vision bi génn na because loolu gis naa ko KMC du benn du ñaari yoon mu nga xam ne pass na resolution committee bi ñooy def seen liggéey and committee bi di chairman or di mayor bokkul ci committee bi but councilor moo ko dee head nga am 4 councilor or 3 councilors and some nominated councilors is ak CEO ñoo fa nekk
experts
and they have experts nga xam ne independent experts at KMC comme land expert finance expert dañ di am loolu nga xam ne they are not member of the council bon ñoom dañ ne mën a ñëw volunteer yi dimbale council bi si area pour advice yooyu daf day mën a possible because man committee yu ma nekka am nañ expert outside the council ay kilifa la ñoo xam ne dañ jeexal liggéey xam nañ environment xam nañ land xam nañ yëpp so ñoom ñoo fa dee nekka pour guide leen so foog naa ne at the council ñoom lu war a njëkkee def mooy si nekkee sa yow sa area la nekka si area council bi nga gis ne problème ngi am xam nga problème ni World Development Committee man suma carrière fu laa ko doore si politics Ibo Town World Development Committee man fu laa doore politics because lu si ëpp political position la waaw lu si ëpp because ñu si nekk yëpp dañ leen nekk si for exemple man tam fa nekk maa ngi APRC ñu fa nekkoon yëpp because councilor bi su waam moom mooy di chair normally moo dee head di fanaa lu la ak bi wax councilor bi is part of the mooy di head of the World Development Committee bi so councilor bi li si ëpp si councilor yi ñoom dañ jël seen own people def leen si committee yi loolu moo dee am si World Development Committee su ëpp xaw ma ne daf mun naa am léegi mu change waaye lu si ëpp mooy ñoom neen seen parti members yi parti supporters yi ñoom la ñu jël dugal leen si committee yi bi ko nu dee léegi seen congrès bi sax lu si ëpp mooy handpick la nekk rek ñoom ñooy toog kii mooy kii mooy nekkal lii so foog naa su ñëwee foofu council dañu war a xool the best interest of Sanyang Ward despite xëy na councilor bi whatever wala World Development Committee waaye dama jaaxal benn nit as the chairman of the World Development Committee mooy bootoo xaw ma kenn ni warta mën a control everything kenn ni bu ko mën a control bu ko da nga am di executive committee pe itam gis nga lu ñu dee wax ne diaspora ne dee control diaspora they are well organized mais da nga bañ ko o nga bëgg ko they are well organized bu ko ñoom seen level ak suñu level wax dëgg yàlla soo ko waxee ñu ne ñu ngi saaga wala xam nga ñoom xam nga soo tukkee da nga di mën a xam da nga di gis ñoom seen standard so ñoom ñoo la gën a mën a soo déglu ñu la gën a mën a organise ñu la mën a jox ideas lu nga xam ne dafaa nekk transparency accountability bu nga xam ne da nga koo jaarale si yoon yëpp mu jub because ñi seen doomi foofu la dégg soo waxee ne kii nekku dëkkut fa lu laa dewoo always ay kii dëkkut fii kii dëkkut am na mel tey ni ngi jógee man waa Banjul la wala tey koy mënumaa génne Ibo Town man suma papa suma yaay ñu waa Lancaster leen boo tey Ibo Town nekk Ibo Town laa ko am tey kay mënumaa génne Ibo Town foofu laa juddoo sax waaw wala suma waajur yi ni ngi jógee ñëw ñu sante Ibo Town soo nekkul ne kii moo fa yàgg am na ko xam ne mën naa juddoo si place maagee fa yer fa amu fa njëriñ amu fa njëriñ yaaxal fa nekkee rek am na ko xam ne mu ngi ñëw mu gën a mën a ñëw gën a mën a organise area bi ñëpp nekk benn ici développé si area bi mu ngi am
waaye suñu jógeewuloo fa ndax dafa am criteria bu set ba nga xam ne buñ dee measure kan mooy the indigence of that place nga am right pour wax on certain things o su dee gan nga then amuloo right pour wax even soo fa dëkkee sax waraloo cee wax or whatever waaye you pay taxes right you pay naam you pay rent you pay everything
jigéen bu jur suma papa doomi Sanyang la
I know that
xam nga soo man naka laa nekkee gan Sanyang xaw
non xam nga loolu tax lu koy def xam nga lu soo gisee ñi ñu dee wax liw rek amul fu mu wéeru waay bu dëgër waaw
just desperation
waaw amul wéeru waay bu dëgër suñu ne kii dëkkut fii kañ la fi ñëw xam nga yooyu mu la wax ne amuloo wéeru waay bu dëgër because as far as ñu dégg nga fa soo fa dëkkee benn 5 years man right now léegi man léegi loi bi lu mu wax sax man léegi soo maa boolee dama maa boole si West Coast because man léegi am naa 4 years outside KMC te loi bi fa ne foo nekk 1 year rek automatically mun nga faa taxaw député 1 year foo nekk 1 year nga dëkk fa rek mun ngaa nekk bopp parlement mun nga fa nekk council mun nga fa nekk mayor mun nga fa nekk chairman loolu loi bi wax soo compté nit ki yow soo fa nekk ay at sa doom juddoo fa kenn mun la faa génne soo dama gëm ne di woon ne diaspora daf ñu dee contrôle dañ ko war a génne suñu société bi dañ ko war a génne because diaspora bi Gambien la peut-être si nga cee ñu dee am si àdduna bi yëpp si diaspora la jógee
so much influence
lu dee am si because tey Gambia kër boo dem amul ku dugg ku nekkul Europe kër boobu mu ngi sona de kër boobu mu ngi sona kër boobu lu si ëpp suñu añee duñ reer because kon ñoom tey diaspora dafa am fu ne war a xoole am na ñu nekk fii they are well organized ñu bëri Gambia sax ñu si dëkk tukki wun wala organized ten xam na naka am si di wooge am na but council si boppam ñoo war a play seen rôle.
I think it's about time they
waaw because ñoom pétition bu nga xam ne 6 months yow normally sax ñun at council KMC di moo nga am pétition di ndee oo yi ñëpp la ndee oo amoon na manjaay taay gi gisoon naa coow boobu den oo ñaari committee la oo at the council committee bi toog sport committee bi toog
the football committee whatever about
loolu
sports
tey la am rek si ëllëg ñu oo leen ñëpp ñoo ñu toog right now resolution pass na far ñi def nañ décision bi ku nekk xam nga yow sa position bon di moo yaagee drag things to 6 months dafa miin ne kon si yaagee kenn ku nekk sa xel dafaa teey kii na fii laa ne xëy na mal nanga fan pli am na fa ne am na luy xew am na ñuy influence fii nii ak si yaagee yow pare dañ leen elect so ñu leen elect nekkul ne benn side moo la elect kenn ku nekk def na si rôle so yow as the council or the councillor or member of parliament bu fa nekk ñoom ñoo war a stand but it's not only at council level nga war a am because soo demee si National Assembly tam ñu ngi fa am committee fanaa Souleymane Jammeh fanaa honorable Souleymane Jammeh mooy headed committee boobu lands I think Souleymane Jammeh moom moo ko head it's not only at the council level because if mun naa romba beyond council because that person boobu dafa dem to the assembly da nga submit to the assembly dem copy bi dafa dem to the assembly select committee for land and home naka committee dafa dem si ñoom and the same time to copy to the minister of local government land dafa the same thing dafa war a happen ci ñoom tam you make call to minister bi ne ko right now def nañ lii ak lii ba léegi xamul li because council si day under the ministry because ministry yi tam ministre bi oolee ne lii ak lii loo xew mu tam war a jël 6 months but foog naa ne as a good nekk comme peut-être nanguwuma ñu ne comme noo ko woowee baabal waa mayor bi dafa chairman dafa tukki oo mayor dafa tukki man góomal loolu because council daf dee wrong
exactly
with or without the mayor or the chairman député mayor mu ngi fa député chairman mu ngi fa the CEO mu ngi fa so ñooñu war nañu mën a jël decisions in the absence of the chairman or the mayor ñun at KMC noonu la some of the decisions nee na mu ngi am decision mu ngi am even mayor bi sax dafaa ñëw resolution si kanam la mu gis ñu resolution si kanamam mayor Talib ñu ne ko lii leen decide and the council bi gis nga that outside committee si oversight committee boobu dafa am doole because ñoom lu gaa decide seen foofu su ñëwee si general council bi ñoom seen stand si ëppa daf dee jaar daf dee taxaw because ñoom dañuy def seen oversight dañuy dem si ground bi dem find out even market committee wala national committee bi dañuy dem si marché bi ñu def suñu own coow marché am na ñu def suñu own oversight fan so ñu laajte body yi from there ñu def suñu resolution waaye loolu de mooloo moo de sax dañ koy implement but foog naa loolu la council bi war a def amul ne ñaaf amul fee benn side ba dama gëm ne yow seen resolution bi loo read fii and evidence yaa ngi fa xam nga nekko di for the sake of yow da ngeen wax rek but you have the evidence you have the audio evidence yooyu yëpp mu ngi am so loolu dañ ko war a implement and loolu lay wax mooy su nekkee ne World Development Committee mi ngi am problème is matter of nga dissolve ko ngeen organise a proper congress bu nga xam ne everybody dina bokk si congress bi and kan soo bàyyi xel even all the council problème dañ ko am World Development Committee yi nii lu si ëpp pour nga dégg di dem nañ congress is a problème xam nga la ngeen doon di bàyyi xel loolu pour dégg nañ dem nañ ay congress nii waaye oote nañ congress waaw pour nga dégg ko yombut pare council yi dañ ko di def da war dool di make sure ne every fanaa ñaana mos la gaa dee wax fanaa pour congress ak bi waxoon naa ay wala within 5 years war nga mën a ko congress parce que suñu la élégué as councilor yow la war a jëkkee def mooy da nga war a am ne ñu World Development Committee wala ko am man World Development Committee ni nga ko def sampé sax nekkul only sa parti members de dañ ne da nga ko war a ibbi am na ko xam ne mun naa nekk NPP sax mun nga koo boole si Development Committee bi
it's about the people
it's about the people waaw wala soo xoolee ñu ko def sampé mooy most of them parti boobu councilor bi nekk ñu lay dominate
but at least ñoom the village development committee nga gis na it's like all the Kabilos are represented right all the Kabilos send representation and from that like they am pour choose the executive
waaw dafa war a am console bu nga xam moo laa woon ne the chairman or the committee dina serve for duration of 2 years or 3 years dafa nekk
I believe there is a time limit.
Yeah, there's a time.
The time limit you dafa war a mën a am.
When is the next elections?
I think the max is 2 terms, 3 years, 2 terms. So ñoom they are there. I think this past November they are 2 years, is it?
So we're talking about next year.
Next year.
Before they go for elections.
Yeah, we
next
don't
year na fekk time boobu.
And you guys cannot wait for next year.
No, next year na fekk time boobu. yaa ngi dugg si election yi councillors because council na si yàlla mooy election yi councillors mayor
and sometimes dañ dee mun a push the term duñ dee am election time biñ ko war a am for unforeseeable reasons mun nañoo extend
moo tax ma ne am nga comme
their AGM
so
they have to be pushed before they even get
reason is why are they still taking too long to make a decision?
waaw non man fu ma waxee mooy personne bi la gaa war a def décision bu gën a gaaw wata egga 6 months normally wata egga 6 months 4 weeks war naa mun a war nañ mun a def war nañ mun a xam kan moo nekk si right way oo ku nekk si right way from there ñu ootee dialogue unity am bi ko année bi dee ñoom ñëpp benn leen Gunjur la gaa nekk.
waaw decision bi dafa war a unify. war a further divide because there's already division right now.
waaw
there's division.
so foog naa ne itam development committee itam war development committee bi councilor bi dafa am rôle bu mu war a play foofu bu baax waaw bu mu déglu.
ten councilor bi mooy.
Boto
Bojang waaw
xam nga xamuloon na daal.
nice guy
waaw so moom c'est nice guy maanaam moo ñoo bokk classe MDI. so understand nga so moom booy bu cool la waxam bariwul sax. waaw so foog naa ne moom tam dafa war a try mu with the councilor and the MP. il faut ngeen boole ñoom ñaari ngeen doon di engage gars yi tam. council bi tam nañ try tam ñu respond to your letter. ñu all into dialogue. at the day gars yi dégg seen side of story. dégg fi saay bi tam an Uncle Sarjo tam fa naa moom tam isi na leeral na fi mbir because lii mooy mbir bi su ko neexee mu dem court wala saa nga dañ ne court bi na dem long process la mu jël wala mu am décision wala bi ñëw na leeral ko so lii def laa woon ren ne xam nga jaama la bugga am nañu ma nekk tey dañu dem court de pare man court laa gën a support waaw man moom dëgg man loolu moom dama ko dee welcome ku nekka suñu yaay sa der ñu tuumal la néeg neeti aate bu ko démocratie ñaari mbir si bokk ñetti mbir si yu nekk koo daf si bokk because koo bi dafa war a biisi une démocratie koo dafa war a biisi ak taxaw si mbedd bi protest wala la naxari def ko si yar ak teegin ak sànni karta
te doo ko def
waaw ak sànni karta waaw yooyu moom bokk naa wane koon moom man ku ma tuumal dama leen wax de moo tax ma toog si télé bi fii lu ma wax dama ko dee xam lu ma xamut du ma ko wax
MC jërëjëf
waaw
MC jërëjëf bëgg naa nag si New Year bi 2026 bi ñoo dugg si ni nga lead protest
non
bëgg naa nga lead protest
technicien la
gis nga lu ma wax
man technicien la
protest
man technicien la waaw man technicien la
Bojang the issue is still on. There is no resolution. We've talked about, I think this is the third time we're having, hosting people talking about the same issue. But possibly you can also put emphasis on the timeline and the issues of the petition, a resolution. A decision has still not been made. And the potential of, nimogina prolonge, issues that go deep. And relationships muge gena yahu, wahi muge gena bari, like Sarjo will say, the defamations, and all that. The port be startangut, the 3 million lease project be startangut, like you said, alto te sonna, fentekelaji, which means that might be another legal battle, and people involved, might be implicated. Because I'm sure the person that has given the 3 million is not just going to let it go like that. So if Sanyang is saying we will take our land back, the person will say, where is my money? And the person might also be asking for damages and interest and all that. It depends on who it is, and all that. Bojan, take it away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm Kuti Meng. Nte personal ngame nganya ndofala nyintemboto considering element 4 and the evidence element put to council, and you are also not demanding that council act in your favor. All you ask for is look at the evidence, review in tandem with the constitution and good practice,
the local government
and
act as well,
and then decide on behalf of the people of Sanyang on the Become Area Council. So I think my emphasis will be, we have had Boto, we have had you people, and I think you are the second side on your side, which is, let's say, the opposition, let's put it that way. Okay, so common sense tells us that you are more logical and sensible in what you are saying than Boto. Because we asked Boto here about, in fact, that 3 million, how does that make sense? You know, $3 million, how does it really make sense? And what methodology, what parameters we have followed to ascertain that it's supposed to, the value actually should be 10,000 per month and stuff like that. So he couldn't actually answer those. And in fact, not only the Local Government Act, the Constitution has described public officers in a way that they should be coming. They should not be unbecoming. So if you bring a position or use to bring disadvantages, to bring underdevelopment, to bring danger, whether it is potential danger or imminent danger, war is a good ground for yela palaso bla. A similar thing is what we have in most of these, including the presidency. You know, disrepute, you know, disaffection, near fenela palaso to do, parliament bonile. Yes, there's supposed not to be any la about that. Now, in this case, I think council, because a council is not acting fast or is not acting as expected. If there are issues with the evidence, let them get back to you and say, okay, we have examined your evidence. Can we get more clarification? Or the evidence that you presented is not enough for us to take action. Then you people will have the opportunity to either bring new evidence or to say, okay, no, this is all we have. And then they can put the matter to rest. But Kabula phone in time is difficult. I know sometimes it's political, you know. And elections are coming.
But it's too long, man.
Yes, obviously. So I would advise or I emphasize that you people should, if the council did not do anything, you people should further engage and see how you go about escalation procedure. Let's say NEA, there are matters that deal with NEA, right? So you can engage NEA also to see how they look into it and add more pressure on the situation. All you are looking for is not for somebody to go lifeless or for somebody not to have income. You are saying, hey, come on, there is a situation, we need to remedy it for Sanyang sustainability and so on. So, but Yanks and his team should have done better. That's the truth. Definitely. If this thing has taken 5 months, they should at least come up with a preliminary thing or a second round engagement that, okay, we have had all of you, we have investigated, but these are our problems. Can we connect these dots? Then you people will help them connect it.
Exactly, yeah.
If they are at some point in limbo as to what to do, they should engage both of you. Okay, now we did all this thing, but we want to engage all of you on this aspect and this aspect. Who call Gena, clarify, Kalfana, Fenang together, in fact, before the decision comes. So, okay, it's normal. That we are going to have a decision, but you want to make sure, before the decision comes, you get these two people into order. In the form of a negotiation, okay, we have had you and this, so we think, if both of them decide that, no, we don't want to take this, you come up with your own verdict based on either investigation. Then that is it. But it's not fair to either party. You are not fair to those that will be wrong, and you are not fair to those that will be right. So our governance should be effective,
proactive.
Yes, and proactive. The other aspect that what we emphasize here, all of us on the team here, is this is what we are saying. You train a minister, you train a permanent secretary, you train a technician or any other individual, let's say at the Ministry of Agriculture. You send them to South Korea, send them to China, send them to for them to come and coordinate activities of farmers. But these are not the people that really are on the ground. But you leave the farmer. For 10 years, you will not even take the farmer for even a local training. And you still tell me you want the agriculture to improve. When the actual farmer is not trained.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
So it's like it's a way of chop money, right? So councils generally should begin to train VDCs. And they should also try to raise the bar a little bit in terms of who could be chairman and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That will solve some of these issues. Because some of these people, they are acting with the effrontery that na VDC, so until time, satellite development.
Yeah,
so those things happen. I have that feeling that that's what they do there.
That's what exactly happening.
So sometimes it's because it's a misconception that, okay, these are the powers that we have. And so these limits, these, guardrails should help the local development coordination in Italia and the council for
Yes.
And that is why sustainable community governance is something that all councils should work on to help their VDCs and other structures, Alcalol and other people. They will help. It's not me saying, UNDP reports are saying, at least minimum yearly, we're talking about 5 million that are wasted in projects because of the lack of capacity of this VDC and other people at the local
skills.
Yes. So, VDC, but that is also what goes throughout our political space. People here, they vote for you if you show up for funerals, if you carry chairs and give to elders. So if you don't do that, they see you as itemanke motimeng amang animam lafi mola failing to understand that what works at parliament or at office is not about carrying.
Exactly.
It happened. Our APRs in North Alliance. How can you interview parliamentary applicants? How many number of gasolines that happen here? You see the type of thing.
So, the problem is lack of leadership skills.
This is it. So, council should work on that so that they will even avoid these positions, because these positions are coming because those that are put in the place are not doing things the way they're supposed to do. Because I'm not coming back for them. It's just for Sanyang to develop.
Yeah. Honestly.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not for your pockets.
No.
It's not for Boto alone. It's not for your child. It's for everybody. And by extension, Gambia. So, woman yana kila kulti meng fenketa. And that is why, honestly, council should look at raising the bar, to attract more talent. Also, council should have this as a plan. VDC Hanabekela once in a year. They have a plan to train,
engage them,
and it will help them.
Exactly,
And then they
council really
also
should act now. They should not wait for.
They also need to perform the oversight function.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Some
they
of
need
these
to
things
perform
should
the
not even be
oversight
brought
functions.
to them. They should have known it.
Yeah.
They should be sometimes asking for, okay, where are your reports? This and that.
Yeah.
So that will
Because
really
I think, VDC should be able to submit their, annual AGM reports, to council, and because when these things happen, you go to council, you use their resources, and for them to intervene. So at least they should also perform the oversight. Across the board. It's not peculiar to Sanyang or Brikama Area Council. It's all across the board or whatever. Saikou, what would you be your parting words before we close? Because time
exactly.
If there is anything that you wanted to say you missed, you can use this opportunity to say it and do your closing remarks.
Lafta min fola drone wala coming na petition of fole. Lafta commanding fanam fola deep sea port la karola. Olo nyintiko itel fanang Hansang. Sanyang call, they just need to be fair to the people of Sanyang. Deep sea port kabila kumasa anin Sanyang ma any single document sort of whatsoever kata nina kwenye project ko munyeneti. Hansai man document sort of able. Adu ngalan min fanandila nga rumors off the records ya ata nina ko ilafa je list lal. But jandi be mo la list le naka agree kula. Naka agree kula. Until be minyene ke ebulu.
Ibe plaso list la jumale la.
Exactly.
Albayrak.
Alport bang.
In the name of Albayrak.
You understand? So no way of the
these people will be so powerful in the country.
Leasing and all those.
We
yes.
But after me follow janga sene all nyintiko.
Because when you lease, there is a leasee, there is a leaseor.
Exactly.
So if Sanyang people are the leaseors,
they should have something.
And the leases,
exactly.
Those two people need to sit and agree on something.
More any document suitable whatsoever for sign, hand sign. So until after me tandila jangolo nyentiko, the Ministry of Works and Game Post of the Puye Lonko. Yes, Sanyang people wants the ports to come to Sanyang, but it left like on fair terms. War land sol mini alonko nga dealer. We need full compensation at market value.
Otherwise, nothing is going to happen there, because if it does, we're going to take them to court.
Okay.
We are not mincing our words. And become a council for a similar message. Name but wrote indefinitely.
Exactly.
We cannot be waiting indefinitely. Name may at a reasonable time. We're going to instruct our legal counsel. In fact, we already instructed. But I need to come in become a council. They are the regulators. Nyanta bala no can pre decision okay. Until determination okay draw decision. Ni decision on tulunga ajo ko amam favor. We will go to the court to redress it. But at least an acknowledgement wa mansoro. Wolte possible nola. So nyino muna message ti dipsi port fana na karola. Sanyang man fensoro debe kerine ne doku start je anytime compensation or mansoro. We're going to go back to square one, because we're going to take them to court and seek for an injunction to stop the works. Yeah.
Just for the public benefit, we suffered this thing here in the Gambia. It had lato, later was a fee. You had the secretary So for me, how you know how I go about it?
Yeah.
When I come, I look for all the emails available online, all of them, and write to have a trail. You know, it happens. You go there, they tell no, we only receive. You don't. Let's say if you go to this place, how do you call it? Governor office. They also have the same thing. No. Senior didn't go. And they will never call you, even if you go there. They say, "Ma, get it. Those are fena." Those things happen.
Do you have a copy? You bring it?
Yes, they will tell you.
Do you have a copy?
Bring it.
Because we can't find it.
But that's
it's
not
supposed
our
not to be like
mistake.
that. It's supposed not to be like that.
Because we
At
asked
least,
for it.
Like, for example, GPA in Ilokomume, when you write to them, they will photocopy it, they put a stamp that received, and give it to you.
Yeah.
That happens. Yeah. But you go to, for example, lands, we receive, we will give.
Notary and don't.
So I don't know what reason, but that's what they are doing. But for me, when I come back, I look for all the emails and write, flood them with all that.
Thank you, Saikou.
Then also just to add, because Mbijang, the Diaspora represent Kanjang, we just want to thank them unreservedly, because Diaspora coming now for Nyami, they are the financial muscle of Sanyang Development Fund. We've just done our AGM last week Saturday.
Right.
We, from our own pockets, we sent in about $1.9 million. Out of that, 92% is from the diaspora. So 8% that Mali realized that from our members on the ground. So a variation on India, so Bijang, we just need to
90?
say 92%.
Oh, 92% from the diaspora.
90% of the 1.9 million is from the diaspora. So that shows you diaspora has the financial muscle.
So you guys need to put your mouth where your money is.
Exactly.
Water needs to really come.
I'm coming to that.
So nobody wants you to. They want your money, but
they
want your money, but they want to give you to vote.
Exactly. So that's wrong, man.
Kabin dara lawyer mko ko lawyer jo sa VDC do na tin tol fananga do ko man ko do so we paid the whole thing.
Yeah.
So just like you took the words out of my mouth. So you want our money, you want us to invest in Sanyang, you don't want us to participate.
Hold you guys to account or do an oversight.
So what can
And by the way, the 2002 Local Government Act, this is 1995. 1995. But you said you got it 1993.
Yeah.
And the 1995, you formalize everything, isn't it? So it tells you that if we are to go by the definition of VDC based on this Local Government Act, they were not even in existence.
Exactly. That's it.
So it means you.
Definitely.
Project has given a money.
If what we see here is here.
I will take action.
No, don't. It's okay, it's enough.
Sarjo, what are going to be your party words?
Min fola ko contenta bake bi bawo mfrata la jang ndiamuta mimbe ntol kono ani diaspora embula minna na wokele so mbe tank la bake ke la positiono ani la support me kadi satela se continue wola satandila ko mbe kelo kelalde fonga lafta minna ngosoto kadu lafta Sanyang na development lel Sanyang na nyato ta oto momo be kalelan tolni wote mamba mexo la ngete boje development o ena me wala ko ndila jang pour sal be tank alla platform o nying alhamdulillah betata bak ala baraka bak Mr. MC Cham Nene and Mr. Bojang ala baraka bak thank you very much
baraka bak fanang altol fanang alla na yena sa amanke ko alla kolem bari mol la kolem sanyang dingol la kolem Gambia mol la kolem andu wokum mayata le bake I mean this is really impressive. Somebody might sit there and think it's all a matter of the fight and the push and pull, but other communities need to learn from it and understand that these are people who really love their communities and wants development and are fighting tooth and nail to see that the right thing is being done, as opposed to just sit down and let things happen. And deka bidu am yokkute, askan bidu am yokkute, dara du wecceku. Funga demon juromi at delsi wati nekulofa. I mean, how many communities have such an active diaspora chapter from those communities that are really fighting to see to it that their places or their communities is not taken advantage over or they're not being exploited. So pour man dama feel ne jangu kay bi fofu la pour ñu bari ñu set ci lolu ko xamne nekkulo won diko def sa community ngeen dem ngeen togat setat sen bopa ngeen come together xamne fi ngeen joké liñ ko wone there is nothing like home dégal ñun ñep Gambian lañ waye amna fuñ joggé ci biir Gambia lolu ñun mënuñ ko génné mënuñ ko daxa lolu it's nature so ñu jàngé ci le rek ku ci nekk setat sen bopa ñu beno set ne indi nañ yokkute sen place yi dimbale nañ ñi fa nekk ko tane rek dimbale ko parce que nekk sa diaspora privilege la altobe min kekan na tara nun albejang tumando altake nyo aliyebe kodo min kafung ya nati ya ke ko diaspora 92 locally 8% amanko ko man la fikakela ila sotonya wole man kewo nyama walatina so walatina diaspora mol ikumayatale dañ leen wara jox cër bi because niñ ko waxee rek mëno doma yaakaar ba pare yàpp ma
exactly
te loolu daf fi bari it's not only in Sanyang, even national wide we talk about the diaspora vote. The diaspora adds so much to the GDP, right? The remittances. MC wax na ko fi kër yi nga xam ne diaspora bi ñoo tax jooyuñ ñoo tax kenn xamut li fa xew ñuy leen di sutura waaye yet still ñooñu noonu suñu waxee ñu ne duñ dara duñ vote gis nañ ko fi finance minister bi keroog mu ne naka UK seen 2x2 central bank governor bi diaspora bi wax rek lañ mun suñ toogee si seen néeg yu xat yooyu noonu mu ne America sax tane nañ I was like yeah we are better
so nene
we are better but the people in UK mu ne what 2x2
lafta kuma do fana fola Sanya UK Association recently nata more repatriate kana sambaja mingi to Sanyang koti because banta jele and benna kafo konole so kafo nata lo kaje ko ala repatriation o nyin kafo sa beta so nata for over $500,000 nga kele anu nata sambal so ni ajen ka obeke pour se ke clinti se development ke no nga ku jamal bay so olum na dalilo tin to la dalilo be lolu min to olum ko transparency, accountability and justice lafta o damalla so I'm going to say
me, I want to move to Sanyang there. I want to be a resident of Sanyang there.
You're welcome. Mr. Chaba, you're all welcome to Sanyang. Yes.
Mbafola VDC chairman, I kunko din na jedorong, Aboja.
Or jana badila fenkola.
Florida sola.
Albayrakla.
Exactly, Albayrakla. At least I don't din na je, so Gambia and all thing. At least nga ke resident of Sanyang.
Exactly.
Very content tabake, full altolbe abaraka. Sanyang mol abaraka Gambia mol abaraka ñinnem talibo ka fo ñaati amanke ñoo korondoti ñoo kacando amanke ñoo korondoti kacando le so jang kasida pour ka kacha dorong nga ñoo moy lafta mun na dorong pour ñaatota kambengo tolbe nga ke klinti wolem ni wo soto dorong na doku wo be soniala andon ko wol be kela mbal tentula mbal jayla di jaajefal ñepp ñi nga xamne ñoy sétane di jël jaajefal bi nak xassal sa ñi nga xamne ñoy dolel programme bi ni say nek niñ koy waxe moy Care Finder ak APS am nañ solo lol ci programme bi ni sa yu nek bo gisé ñu ñew fini gannaaw yalla ñom la kon di leen xaasal war nañu di leen xaasal lu am solo la loo xam ne la luñ war a def la kon seen téléphone number si muy APS ak Kër Finder dinañ ko always def si screen bi ngeen jël ko jokkoo ak ñoom ci lépp li nga xam ne loolu ngeen soxla ci wàlli yónnee xaalis muy APS su dee yëfi kër la laan la jënd kër sampa kër la lépp li nga xam ne si fànn googu noonu la jokkoo leen ak ñoom seen xel màcc na ci lool te ñu wóor leen ñu jub leen doo amul dara luy ñuul ci sow bi dinañ leen ci jàppale kon di leen jaajëfal rek di leen fàttali tamit ne stars yi mu ngi on soo leen di seetaan rek click 102 stars 3 loolu dafa wécce ko xaalis loolu yi dafa ko dimbale plateforme bi nii kon di leen ñaax rek bu leen di fàtte di enjoy show bi rek fàtte ne stars yaa ngi on di leen di click stars yi yéen tamit nag ndax mu neex suñuy gis ne stars yi nu mu gën a baree rek la ñuy gën a sawar di mun a indi fii nii geste di waxtaan ak yéen kon di jaajëfal ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ñoo ñuy seetaan surtout suñ fans yi di leen wax jaajëfate parce que yéen it am ngeen solo di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci gannaaw machine bi Charles Elvis Ngom Siré Sam Fat Sila Moustapha ak coordinateur bi Kasa Fati jël nuyoo bi yëpp teg ko ci loxo borom kër gi Fatou Touré mu séddale ñu ko kon di leen wax jërë ngeen jëf ba beneen ajuma ci waxtu bi ak beneen grand guest beneen grand show it's your queen Nene Frida Gomez bye bye.
Welcome to Kir Madam Sanyang, Borom, Sweden. This is another Kir Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Kir Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Kir Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now, let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well, so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot, trust me. And this house is just next to Kir Madam Seka. Up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community gonna look like? Because Kir Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 417-2215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale, has an owner and not open for viewing. Kir Finder is here for you.
Ñatimbu wonte mu APS leti ndemu APS leti APS Gambia le mu APS di katum APS is 100% Gambian
bari ñatimbu ete ku furi mbala kentala di ke ñatimbu wonte taba futu wola at least ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbi ji imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya ñatimbu yo min fo yenda sija ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa ko do kino min tata fa wuli muan ime charge fenna wala nta sindi jang
ako ñatimbu ngoy ko kabo transito kata wala fo wuli muan ite fenne dola womu zero filete bitun ka bo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal e ke tam e ke charge mun fa abuka fensi
Wait.
1% da malem mati
Wota yara gamin wa benyanta wulla kana APS wala tele mobile ko ka ko do ki ibadi ngol
ya jele ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari min kum mayata be wala fa mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibiding abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek
ha
ni oto je nyamen do tachi ama ni ama do abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
wota mbade ngameno albe sito ulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela la mobile ko APS wallet nyaata doro barin ko do nim fata do so kon to ru
dañu be fo no le mol ñala jam nim fata do so kon ba fole
ba siti je mbita ndo register je de katu sa APS 100% namum
APS 100%
APS
Gambia 100%.